now that we're here in flesh and blood, I could maybe make a request and it'd still count, huh?
In that movie, they destroyed the brain to kill him. Is that what they did?
If you want to read about it, I got a book for you. Slightly down.
What's happening to Renee is real. I've seen it for myself.
Eat shit and die, Ricky!
Eat shit and live, Bill.
Yeah, Billy's a little wet.
You heard it up top. Hopefully it won't be a horrible episode, but it certainly will be horror-filled because we're talking our 2025 Spooktacular here on Normies Like Us with chilling Colin.
Mike Warren conjuring up a good episode for you guys, I hope.
Wow, and this is Spooky Jacob.
Ooh, I'm spooked. Hold on, that's too spooky for me.
Spooky voice.
He's spooky. Yeah. 8 years. 8 years of Spooktaculars. That's pretty awesome. We've done one ever since the inception.
That can't be true. That's crazy.
I'm still sick.
Wow.
Yeah, since the first year we did the podcast, we've always done a Spooktacular. It's kind of a fixture, so very exciting.
Right. This one's going to be the best one yet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we always talk about how, like, these later entries, we say every year, whoa, the 7th, we played that game last year. I don't have that one this year, but do you guys have a favorite 8th entry in a horror franchise? I mean, there can't be that many, right?
A favorite 8th entry. That's a good call.
You could have Halloween 8, Freddy.
I don't remember which one
Nightmare
that is.
Elm Street 8.
I don't think Freddy gets that far, unfortunately.
That's the thing is none of them are ever called 8. If you're talking the 8th one of any franchise, they're probably not called whatever 8.
Excuse me, it's called Jason 8 Manhattan, Jacob.
That's the best one. That's the best 8.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Like for my, I'm trying to think what series I'm going to be talking about, a little thing called the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
They have 9.
What's the 8th franchise? Yeah, there's 9 of them. Oh, so it would be Leatherface. Yeah. Wow. Your guys' favorite prequel. Listen, I don't want to jump ahead.
Right.
Do you think we'll do the Leatherface of episodes today?
Absolutely. This is the origin story to it all.
Manhattan episode. I think we're going to land it. Yeah.
I think your head's going to get punched off, Mike.
One can only hope. But truly, yeah, what a horrific year to cap off with our Spooktacular. It's always fun doing these. We do, for long-time listeners, we try to fit in 31 horror movies throughout the month of October. So we have our lists ready to go. We've all kind of watched different stuff, a little bit overlap, but that's the format. I'm not quite all the way at 31. We're recording this on the 27th. So
we should say that.
I'm at about
if you don't have 31.
Right, yeah, where are you guys
That's
at?
totally fair because, we've got...
honest. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, we got a whole week still, basically, of days to watch more movies. I got to like 29 or something like that, so I'm doing all right.
That's pretty good. You're a
yeah,
couple days ahead. Yeah, what I like to do is do this episode because I've been traveling in October the last couple of years, so I like to use this episode to be informed of what I should watch that you guys really dug that I haven't watched yet. Now that I have a couple days remaining, so that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. Yeah. But yeah, I went to Japan again. I guess briefly. We're gonna have a watch you soon, but so. It's been 1 week for the listeners, but now I have 3 weeks worth of hair growth on the top of my head. It's a time travel thing to the viewers.
Wow, I didn't even notice.
No, that's fine. Thanks, man. You could have complimented me. But we're back in the old USA.
There's a little girl's hand coming out of the back of your hair now.
Yeah.
I can't help but notice.
Yeah, I had a ghostly help when I was shampooing my hair earlier. Very wild.
You didn't visit any houses while you were there, did you?
I did not. I steered clear of any haunted houses.
That's good.
So no spooky stuff for me. I played it safe. But I do have Halloween cupcakes from my friend. Shout out to Chiaki. We went to Chainsaw Man yesterday, which I might talk about. I think that counts. I got some cupcakes, so that's what I'll be eating for dinner after this.
That's great, dog. That's amazing.
I might be talking a little Chainsaw Man myself, if you know what I mean.
You know what? I love this, actually. That's incredible.
Hold on. I know that is the perfect transition to talk about that. And we're going to do our lists. We're going to do our movies and stuff. But Jacob, you promised something in one of our past episodes for this episode because you went on a bit of a zombie overdrive as well when we were talking our Dawn of the Dead with your TV consumption. Do you want to talk about that for just like a second before we jump in?
Oh, yeah, I was going to talk about that for the Watcha as well.
Okay.
So I don't want to get that into too much. But let's just say I watched some of the Walking Dead spin-offs, all available on Netflix now for your viewing pleasure. All the there's 3 different spin-offs that have continued the Walking Dead universe, which is insane that it's still going in various ways. And they all feature 1 male and 1 female cast member from the show in a very strange way. Like they like to pair them
What a
up.
gig.
So you have the Rick and Michonne one. You have the now I'm forgetting all their names.
Daryl and Carol.
Daryl and Carol. The book of they have the best title ever. The Walking Dead: Daryl Dixon: The Book of Carol. Which is an insane title. It's
illegal to have more than 1 colon in a title. Like it
or
be.
semicolon. Is it a semicolon?
Either way.
And then it's Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. That's crazy.
That's right.
Yeah, The Book of Carol. And then there's Negan and
Maggie.
Maggie. I couldn't remember her name. Yes.
That's right.
Maggie and Negan. So, I'll talk more about that.
If you enjoyed this spooky episode today, tune into the Watch It and we'll get a little supplementary zombie spooks over there.
Yeah, they're not worth spending too much time on today because we got movies to talk about. We got spooky.
We got lists.
Spooktaculars.
I got my Japanese Texas Chainsaw Massacre shirt in honor of my trip. And Jacob's,
I love it, and that's perfect.
Jacob's trip through media.
For me. Yeah, I've got my Halloween, of course. The night he came home. Classic.
That's right.
And I'm too cold, so I'm just wearing a black hoodie.
Hey,
right.
It's a black hoodie though, so it's goth, so it counts. But all right. Definitely. I know we got 3 lists to get through. I say we just jump into it. I'm ready to get spooky, guys. It's been a while. Let's do it. Trick or treat. Let's go.
Smell my feet.
We're back here on Normies Like Us, where things are getting spooktacular. Once again, we do claim we invented that term. People started using it after we started naming these episodes spooktaculars.
I've never heard anyone else use that term, though, I don't think.
Yeah,
spooktaculars. Spooktober, yes.
But spooktacular.
You drive by a tire shop right now, my friend. You tell me what kind of sale they're pushing.
Spooktacular sale?
It's a spooktacular.
No, you're going to have to find me a receipt from anything longer than 8 years ago, because that's when we invented it.
That's right. We should have copyrighted it. Missed out on a chance.
So we made it open. So we let it be fair use.
That's right.
It's Creative Commons.
But we always do Spooktober, where we talk 3 weeks of movies that we choose leading up to us, and then our big Spooktacular episode where we each have our list of all the movies we watched in October, the spooky movies, and we're gonna go into that now, starting with Mike.
Real quick, any final thoughts on those incredible movies we chose this year? We always do great. I always love our choices. Mike, I have not stopped thinking about, and Jacob, it was your delivery in the episode, but the character in Dawn of the Dead, I believe his name is Peter, who says, I'm going to try real hard to not come back.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that for basically a month since we recorded that episode.
I think that's crazy, Roger, but I'm going to try really hard not to come back.
I'm going to try really hard to not come back. Hard. Don't kill me right away.
The line that sticks with me is, we got this thing by the ass, man. But, anyway, I'm glad it sticks. 3 amazing movies.
Great
Psycho,
choices.
Dawn of the Dead, The Thing. All 5 stars.
Different eras, different decades. And I loved all the choices we've made over the last couple years, diving into some of the classics. And we always pick good movies, and I love talking about it with you guys.
Yeah, the first 3 weeks are really strong, so be sure to go back and listen to all of those.
Jacob's ability to connect in one episode where he talks about how he just watched a film with the guy who plays Pendergast or whatever that guy's name is. And it's like Abagast.
All the President's Men.
Yeah. Arbogast. Yeah. An incredible pull.
Martin Balsam.
Multiple helicopter movies back to back. With the Thing and Dawn of the Dead. Yeah.
That's right. Incredible.
Actually, speaking of Dawn of the Dead, on my list, I have this year it'll be Ken Foray movies, because I saw 3 movies with Ken Foray from Dawn of the Dead in it. So I'm excited to talk about that too.
Nice. You love to see it. I did a little bit of branching from the Night of the Living Dead, where I did the Return of the Living Dead and Return of the Living Dead 2, which is kind of the alternate timeline to the Romero one.
That's right.
For rights reasons. But I guess that's maybe a good place to jump into my list, I guess.
Yeah.
And again, we got this from Colin. I wasn't doing this the first couple of years. The idea of Halloween 31 for 31, I've kind of adopted that as a personal thing. Thank you, Colin, for introducing that to us and the
Same,
listeners.
same. I did not used to do that much. It's a lot of movies. That's a movie a day. That's quite a pace for someone. I like to really always watch. Always pay attention when I'm watching. Sometimes I'm doing other stuff on my phone too, but I try to focus on the movie as much as possible. So sometimes it's hard to find the time with different obligations in your life, but with you traveling, of course, and everything too.
Oh man, yeah, we did it. Like I said, I'm around 25, maybe 28 if I count the 4 times I watched different cuts of Dawn of the Dead as separate movies. So I'm gonna make it, but I've been down a pace of like 4 movies a day, just recovering from jet lag. I just throw them on, get through them as I'm trying to readjust to the time zone. But yeah, I've been really cooking through it to get ready for this thing here. But before I went, I did watch Return of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead 2. Not my favorite types of zombies. Colin, do you like these?
I love these. I love these movies, dog. These are
okay.
I love trash. Is the other character's name Suicide, Mike?
It's Suicide or something like that. Yeah, I think it is Suicide. Yeah. All the punks. Yeah, the brains. It's a certain. It makes bold creative swings. I just don't know if they're in my wheelhouse. I'm not trying to yuck anybody's yum, but I do enjoy the camp level. At least the first Return of the Living Dead. It has a charm to it with those punks and the weird crematorium guys. And it's like some weird old dudes and some weird punks. And we got the guy who dies because he ate enchiladas in that one Friday the 13th is in it too. He gets killed in the outhouse. Yeah. Anyway, so those are fun. But after that, I have kind of broad categories where, in the last couple of years, I've gone through all of the Ring movies or all the Grudge movies, like kind of these whole series run-throughs. So this year, I decided to tackle The Conjuring, and then after that, the Insidious movies. So the 2 big watches have been all 10 The Conjuring universe, which includes Annabelle, The Nun, and The Curse of La Llorona, and then the 5 Insidious movies.
Wow. We'll read off all of them for us.
So we did 15 total with the James Wan kind of universes. Order. So, in the Conjuring universe, we have The Conjuring, The Conjuring 2, The Conjuring The Devil Made Me Do It, and then The Conjuring Last Rites, which came out this year, which I saw with friends before going to Japan, and that was the only Conjuring I ever saw, and it's the final one. So I was like, you know what, when I get back, I'm going to go and watch the rest. Which includes also the Annabelle movies are tied to it. So you have Annabelle, Annabelle Creation, Annabelle Comes Home, The Nun 2, To Nun, To Nunnius, and then Curse of La Llorona, which has one single character who's a random priest from one of the other movies. He's the only tenuous connection to that universe. So 10 of those. It was a lot to get through, and it's all over the place.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I mean, I've seen the first 2 Conjurings.
Okay.
And that's
it. What about Annabelle and the Nun? None of those?
No Annabelles, no nuns, no.
There's a Mike Flanagan Annabelle, Jacob. That's quite good.
Oh, sure. No, I was like, it's too daunting to get into all these the connected Conjuring universe. I was gonna say, Mike, you should watch Malignant if you're into the James Wan universe as well. If you haven't seen that one,
I think we did an episode. We've covered it either solo. We know we like Malignant. It's very strange.
Yeah.
But I largely kind of landed on only the ones called The Conjuring are good, in my opinion. I don't really care for Annabelle. I don't really care for The Nun. The Nun 2 is it's almost comedic, and how, like, if you look at it as a comedy, it's very silly because it's so like over the top. But the Conjuring movies are largely very good. I think Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson's portrayal of the Warrens as a couple, they're like pretty compelling characters. And I normally don't like religious horror, like, oh, God will save you, that kind of thing. But
Possession.
They're directed really well, especially the first 2 with James Wan. So yeah.
And of course, they're based on a real life couple who it's interesting because there's such a they're well portrayed in these movies, but the real people were like maybe not great people in real life.
But famous for kind of getting paranormal research into the public eye. They did the Amityville house investigation, that kind of
all that fake stuff, because that stuff's all not real.
But I do love Patrick Wilson in the movies where he's like, I love my wife, I got my faith, I can work on
Ultimate
cars.
wife
I'm
guy.
the best guy.
He's singing Elvis, Mike.
Yeah.
He can
He's
sing
having a good
Elvis.
time. He's
Yeah.
fucking busting the crooked man or whoever that one is in the second one.
Yep.
I recall really liking the third Annabelle. Annabelle Comes Home, specifically the sequence where they do the exorcism with the slide projector, Mike, or the maybe it's just a normal projector.
Yeah, that's the one where they are on vacation and then Judy has a babysitter and a babysitter's stupid friend who ruins everything, and then all the ghosts are running amok while Judy's home alone. The
The
daughter
possessed
of the Warrens.
dog gets out, Jake. It's the plot of a Ghost Bumps book.
It's a Goosebumps movie. They have a werewolf ghost that gets out and is terrorizing one of the characters. I'm like, a werewolf? But yeah, it's
I
fun.
do like it's like a larger connected universe, and then in the Conjuring movies, they'll walk past like their room of like artifacts, and you'll see like, it's the Annabelle doll.
That's where we keep the nun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
the
just
nun.
in there.
Well, he has a painting of her that he made when he had a vision. But I did like that. When I
no.
saw the last rites and they're in that room, here's all the artifacts of our adventures. I'm like, okay, I'm going to rewatch all these. So then I watched at least that scene again. I'm like, oh, there's that weird chalice from that one. Oh, there's the music box. There's the thingamajig. I was like, oh, it's all there in the last rites.
These all could be
Easter eggs.
potential movies. Yeah.
Now, Jacob, never forget that Valak, the nun character,
Yes.
is also Thomas Ian Griffith's character's name in John
that's
Carpenter's Vampire.
Valak the Vampire. Yeah.
Wow. Is
Terry
that
Silver.
Yep.
And
So crazy.
yeah, I like Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson. And then isn't it like the nun, or one of them is like a prequel, and then it's like Vera Farmiga's character is played by her sister.
That's the nun.
Oh, yeah.
And the nun,
Thaisa.
too. She's in
Thaisa.
both of those.
Yeah. We love her. American Horror Story.
Yep,
Exactly.
Yep. So, yeah, you know.
That's the nun.
Yeah, and then they got a guy called Frenchie. Reminds me of the boys.
Hey, Frenchie.
He's actually
oui,
French
oui.
Canadian, but don't tell anybody. He says that. He's like he's in
Comment
Europe.
it's the
Is there anything on?
boys.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I really like I remember liking the second Conjuring better than the first one. I think they're both pretty good. I was going to get around to watching all the mainline Conjurings, like The Devil Made Me Do It. That looked interesting.
That's a
the
fun
new one
murder
or
mystery.
whatever.
I felt like it's a little bit different
Yeah.
than just a
Well,
haunting one.
we're getting a little bogged down here because I want to switch to the other side of what you said,
Yes.
Mike, which is Insidiouses, where I have seen no Insidious except the super most recent one, which is the Red Door or whatever.
Which was
That's
directed
the
by
only
Patrick Wilson.
Insidious I've seen. Yes, so crazy. What do you think of those films?
He loves
So
being
there's this. Yeah, have you seen these, Jacob? By the way,
I think I saw
Insidiouses.
the first Insidious.
Dalton has a coma. There's Ghost. The Further.
Yeah. I always got Insidious, and there's another horror movie that came out like around the same time. That I was always Sinister. I would get them confused.
Oh, Sinister. I still haven't seen. Well, the thing with Insidious, especially the first two, is it's Patrick Wilson and Rose Byrne, and then you have The Conjuring that's also Patrick Wilson. So James Wan is like, "Yo, Patrick Wilson, you're my guy." So
excuse me, you're talking about the Ocean Master, Mike.
I'm talking about the Ocean Master, Orm. I'm sorry.
That's right.
I think the Insidious. There's only 5 of them. The first 2 are really.
There's only 5 of them.
I
didn't
watched
know there
10
was that
Annabelle
many.
Conjuring movies. That's a lot.
I thought there was like
What?
3. Yeah.
There's 5. There's
5.
Insidious, Insidious Chapter 2, Insidious Chapter 3, Insidious The Last Key, and Insidious The Red Door.
Boy, you really feel like a fool giving up on the chapters by 4.
Yeah, you really do. So Insidious 1 and 2 are interesting because the ending of Insidious 1 is like a cliffhanger where you think our heroes have saved the day, but now there's a twist. And then the second movie is resolving that cliffhanger. And they kind of are a good double feature. I actually like Insidious 1 and 2.
Wow.
They're lower budget. There's like some goofy ghost hunting characters that I think are fun. One of them is played by the guy who plays the doctor in Mad Max Fury Road, the guy who's doing like the tattooing and stuff, that guy with the beard. What's his name?
Oh.
The Organic Mechanic, really?
The Organic Mechanic is like a weird ghost hunter guy in it. Yeah.
That guy's
I think
crazy.
his name is Mason Sampson, but he's like really funny in this. They like these nerdy guys. So Insidious 1 and 2 are good. 3 and 4, not that good. And then 5 is like 3 and 4 follow the ghost hunting characters and then the psychic lady. So it gets away from the family.
Now, I wrote this in my letterbox review, but Jacob, I want you to picture this. You're watching Iron Man 3, okay? You're Robert Downey Jr., okay? You've lost your powers. You go to a barn. There's a scrappy little kid,
Yeah.
It was like, "Hey, Mr. Stark, I can help you out." You can remember all that? You remember all that, Jacob?
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Now, imagine you turn on Insidious the Red Door, and there's this smoke show college age hunk, and you look it up, and it's that fucking kid
The
because
same
time
kid?
is relentless and it never stops.
Yes.
In which movie?
The Red
Fucking
Door.
Insidious.
The
Oh, the Red
latest
Door.
Insidious.
It's the
yeah.
same kid from Insidious 1, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Ah.
the third and fourth movies deal with the ghost hunting bros, and they're like prequels, and their psychic friend. They're not great. So what's good is the family with Patrick Wilson, Rose Byrne, and then Dalton. I can't remember the actor's name.
Angus Sampson
Angus Sampson. That's the ghost hunting guy. He's
is
great.
the ghost hunting guy. Yeah.
But Insidious is at its best when it's the Patrick Wilson family. So I would watch Insidious 1, 2, and then Red Door. I would only watch those three because it's kind of about that. And I like that in the third one, Dalton kind of gets a closure that he didn't get in the first two, in a way.
Well, what about that old
High
lady
secrets.
whose like career was like made on those movies? Is she good, Mike?
She is good when she's not the main character. In like 3 and 4,
Okay.
she is more a main character, a protagonist, and I love her performance and stuff and that character, but she can't carry the movie by herself. She's good in the ones with as a supporting character. So
See, really,
Patrick Wilson is the key.
yeah. Oh, okay. The characters in Insidious need to call the Warrens and get their help, and then you
And
have
then
the
Patrick
cross
Wilson would be
universe,
like,
and you have
"What do you
Patrick
mean?"
Wilson playing 2 roles. And he's like, "You look just like me."
That would be great. And it's because of a ghost in their
Oh,
past
shit.
that happened to
Malignant's here. Wow. Oh,
What
shit.
I do like about Patrick Wilson in Insidious is he's like not a perfect guy the way he is in the Conjuring.
not a
where he's
wife guy?
A wife guy. No, he's not a wife guy. He tries.
He's not a
but
wife guy
anyway,
for Rose Byrne.
They have she did something 28 weeks later, but we don't talk about that.
Nice.
But so that's
Um,
the majority of my list
yeah.
is those movies.
Wow.
To kind of burn through it. I have them ranked on my letterbox if listeners are curious. But I think the early movies are anything named The Conjuring is good. The first 2 Insidious are good. Anything after that, huge decrease in returns.
What's your number one for both those franchises though?
The Conjuring 1, I gave 8 out of 10. I think
Wow.
what James Wan is doing with the camera, and like it's a predictable genre, but he's able to kind of elevate it like artistically and find creative ways to subvert your expectations in what is ultimately a jump scare genre. So I give him a lot of
I
credit.
watched those the first 2. I think a couple
2 was
years
good,
back
too.
when I was watching a lot of like possession movies because we talked about The Exorcist. So I was
Exorcist.
watching a lot of exorcism and possession type movies. So I think that's why I watched the Conjuring movies as well.
Yeah.
The first.
But which again, I don't love that genre. The power of Christ compels you because we have The Exorcist, and we talked about it last year. And
Right.
It's the perfect version of that movie.
There's a million exorcism movies that you can watch that are some are better than others. I like the Pope's Exorcist with Russell Crowe, of course.
I've
a
yet
classic.
to see that. Yeah.
Throw that on. I think it's on Netflix.
Hey, treat
I'll watch that
yourself.
tomorrow.
Throw that
Treat
movie
yourself.
on.
Yeah, you just got a fat Russell Crowe riding around on a Vespa in Italy.
Spaghetti are
No.
no good because of
I
the
love a
devil
Vespa.
here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, so also briefly I want to say I did also finish the Thing universe where I watched the Thing with Mary Elizabeth
Yes.
Winstead, and then the Thing from Another World, the 50s version. So I finished that arc.
Right.
And those are my 3 big arcs, I guess. The Thing, Insidious, and Conjuring. Other than that, quickly watch Vampire Hunter D Bloodlines and the Chainsaw Man movie, Reze Arc, which I've never seen the Chainsaw Man
Anime.
stuff, but there are horror elements in it.
So I
So I
have
counted it.
I'm a Chainsaw Man fan in that
Okay.
I've watched the first season of the anime. I believe my brother reads it, and I believe it is caught up.
Mhm.
But Mike, these anime movies, and shout out to Demon Slayer, which just broke the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon
Really?
highest grossing foreign film in domestic box office. Like truly, these anime films
Wow.
make so much fucking money.
Wow.
But Mike, am I wrong? They are seasons converted to movies. Is that not correct?
Well, I heard
Typically.
this, and I have no authority on this as far as Demon Slayer, but I had friends who were talking about it after Chainsaw Man, and like that was basically an hour and a half of flashbacks. I was like, you guys paid for the filler? Chainsaw Man, however, was a whole arc of the manga contained in a movie called the Reze arc.
Cool.
So my friends that knew the manga, they're like, they were waiting for this. They were like, I know this character. I want to see this live action. So this was a kind of an in-between arc between seasons 1 and 2. And I haven't seen season 1, but it's a whole thing. Yeah, it's its own story. So that was nice.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I really liked it. I'm going to watch the season now because I was really impressed. It's better than 9 out of 10 of the Marvel movies that I've seen in the last 5 years. Like it was that entertaining, and I knew nothing about it going in. So shout out to Chainsaw Man. And then finally, the last thing I did today, right before we recorded, I have a Halloween party I'm going to on Friday at a friend's house. The requirement is you have to have a Halloween costume. So because I got the shoes and I love Alien Romulus, I threw it on one more time, and I'm putting together a gender-bent Rain Carradine Alien Romulus because I got the shirt. So I watched Romulus right before we recorded, and that's it. Now that's
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow.
Well, I'll say real quick. I won't save this for the Whatcha, but I listened to our Alien Earth episode, which I was not on because I got caught up on that TV show, and I was very in alignment with y'all. Let's just say, yeah.
With who the most?
Adam the most.
Yeah, probably. Honestly.
Yeah. Say one about Alien Romulus. It's a little bit messy, but it's not as messy as Alien Earth was. Boy.
No, boy. Talk about messy.
But, that brings us back to when we kicked off spooky season with the soft launch with Alien Earth. And so I figured I'll just do Romulus, and that'll be my bookend. But yeah, that's my list.
Your favorite, Mike.
Yeah. Can't be helped.
We're back. You're on Normies Like Us, where we are talking our spooktacular lists. And that's right. I am going up next. So as you guys said, it's our 8th year doing this.
Mm-hmm.
What up, what up? I'm tracking everything on Letterboxd now. Shout out. I say this every time. If you truly want your motivation to be doing this thing, I think having an app that like makes you do it, that kind of has a social aspect too, is like a good way to have responsibility for it. It's also a good way for me to just have like my notes of what I want to talk about on this podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I always title my little list things like 31 Days of Halloween 2025, and this year I did AK 2020 Die. Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh.
So, and also 8 years, so I always start with the corresponding Halloween film. Of course, last year the 7th was H2O. This year 8, Resurrection with our buddy Coolio. So that was
the worst one.
Trick or Treat, motherfucker. Right.
The worst film. The one that popularizes this move. Please describe what I'm about to do.
Oh, the Michael Myers head tilt.
It's like a dog.
Yeah, very dog-like.
It is.
So that's why you're up on the 8th installment of franchises, because you're you're theming. Okay,
That's right.
I like H2O.
Although
more.
I think that's maybe the only one I did, but we'll see as we go through it. Number 2, Escape Room. Whatever. Number 3, Monkey Shines. I wanted to honor you guys by doing another George Romero movie.
Oh, nice. Monkey Shines. I'm going to put that on the list.
Not my favorite. Kind of sucks. Very Stephen King. Jacob, I wanted to honor you. Number 4 here, The Fog. You were talking about it so much in your thing viewing, and we were talking a lot of John Carpenter.
Absolutely. Might be on my list as well. The Fog. I'm
heartbroken to say it does suck. It is so much worse than I remember. I think I watched it last in college, and I have a poster downstairs of it, and I'm so used to being in my pockets of like, I'm into The Fog, man. The Fog's great. Fucking ghost pirates, like all this stuff. It's all good. It kind of fucking sucks, dog. Tom Atkins is good.
I like the way it looks. Like it has some good shots and stuff. I think it's atmospheric. But yeah, I agree. The plot's not the best, and it's just kind of not that interesting, once you know what like the mystery of it all is, I guess.
Yeah.
The ghost story behind it.
I haven't the foggiest.
Mike, have you ever seen it?
No. But I'm writing it down as something I might throw on out of curiosity.
There's, of course, the 2000s
maybe you'd love it.
remake starring Tom Welling from Smallville.
Do I make that the last film I watch on Halloween? Do I watch the Tom Welling remake, Jacob, again? It's been so long.
Yeah.
I bet it's better.
No.
I wonder
I don't
who
think
plays
so.
the radio.
I think it's pretty much notoriously known for being really bad. the
I don't know.
2000s Bond.
Worse than this movie.
I don't think this movie's that bad. Like it's not Carpenter's best for sure. It's pretty low on his list, but I still enjoyed it for what it was. I mean, it's interesting that he this is like the first thing he did after Halloween. So it's like
It's his blank
he
check.
peaked with Halloween. It's like he made like one of the greatest horror movies of all time. Where do you go from there? And he tried to do something different, and maybe it just didn't work out.
Hey, are you guys scared of lepers? Like, what did you just say? What do you mean by that? You know how lepers are fucking weird, and you ever hang out in a lighthouse? I don't know, John.
And you can tell it's made right after Halloween because it has like most of the Halloween cast in it, like Charlie Cyphers, who plays the sheriff in Halloween, and then his daughter character that's like Laurie Strode's friend is in this movie, and then obviously Jamie Lee Curtis and her mom Janet Leigh from Psycho. So there's the connection there. Who plays the mayor of this small town?
That's right.
Yeah.
So moving on, a new release because you gotta cycle some of these in there. I watched the Shudder original VHS Halloween. We've talked a lot about the history of the VHS franchise. I love that it's still going, guys. I think this is number 7. So think about that.
Wow, 7 VHS.
That's too many.
Yeah,
I've only seen I think the first VHS when it first came out, and people were like, you gotta check this out. It's like a horror anthology. It's like such an interesting idea and stuff. Found footage anthology. I was like, okay, cool, I'll check it out. And then they made like 6 more, and I just never got around to watching any of the other ones.
I still haven't seen any of these, the VHSs. I'm familiar with their...
Yeah, I mean, if you're not... Some people
osmosis.
just aren't into anthologies. It's like, I don't want to watch a movie that's like 5 different
I love
short
a horror
films.
anthology, though.
Mike, I'm with you because it's still a breeding ground for great directors. Like this one had Alex Ross Perry, who's like a blank check guest. So he's somebody I like from the podcasting world where I'm like, I want to watch his. I ended up hating it. But they also have one by Casper Kelly. Casper Kelly's like one of my favorite directors. He did both of the Adult Swim Yule Logs, if you've never seen those. They're incredible horror movies. And then, guys, he's the director of Too Many Cooks, aka the greatest short film of all time.
Yes.
So,
Adult Swim.
Too Many Cooks. Legendary. No, I love, Creep Show 2, The Raft. Like, you kidding me? I love a good anthology. Horror anthology.
My favorite horror anthology is definitely Trick or Treat because I like how it connects it all together with the framing story. And I think it does that better than like any anthology movie I've ever seen.
It's the best written. Yeah.
First time watch for me last year. I was really impressed with that. The werewolves too.
Definitely.
Which is important to me.
Hot werewolves. Yeah.
Number 6, another new release. It's Heretic. That's the one with
Hugh Grant.
Oh, Hugh Grant. Thank you, Mike. Being mean to him.
I'm Hugh and Grant. Yeah.
I didn't really care about it.
Companion's in that too, right?
Yep. Companion's in it. I'm kind of getting tired of her shtick.
Sophie Turner.
I can't remember her name. Sorry.
Sophie Thatcher.
Yeah,
I called her Sophie Turner, which is the Game of Thrones.
That's
actress.
Dark Phoenix. Yeah.
Number 7, I went with a children's Netflix movie. It's a 2020 release called A Babysitter's Guide to Monster Hunting. Cute. Okay. It was fun. I'd like it if I had a daughter who liked that film. Number 8, a classic, The Burbs with Tom Hanks. I'd never seen it before.
Oh, I've not seen The Burbs either. That's going on the list.
It's wild.
I've not either.
What's the premise?
It's Tom Hanks just plays a guy whose neighbors are weird.
In the burbs.
And he's like, I have to stop these people. And he thinks that it just escalates into thinking they're crazier and crazier. Here's why I'll pitch it to you two guys, because here's what it was for me. One of these lost films now, because she's gone, of Carrie Fisher movies that I'd never seen before. She plays Tom Hanks' wife in this. She is fucking gorgeous in this movie. She's incredible in this movie.
Okay. You set yourself.
Gotta see Princess Leia. Come on.
Yeah.
Fucking princess.
Oh no, yeah, that's okay. I'm on board.
Number 9, The Howling. We did American Werewolf in London last year. That's Mike's favorite werewolf movie. The Howling's mine. I just think that's the best.
It's still my cultural blind spot. That's going on the list too.
I'll put it on. Number 10, Scooby-Doo, Legend of the Vampire, a 2003 release. This is an older one, kind of from back in our day, and it's where the Hex Girls returned, the super hot band that people are obsessed with. So shout out.
Wow.
You always try to get a Scooby-Doo in there, right?
I always try to put at least one
That's right.
animated Scooby-Doo in there. You got to watch some new ones and some old ones. This one, of course, tries to imply that Australia is the birthplace of vampires. Interesting, Scooby. Why would you
possible.
think
Yeah,
that?
man. Can I walk about? Want to drink some blood?
It's possible.
I guess so,
Boy.
Scoob.
That Rue's about to bite me. He is.
Ruh-roh.
That's a bloodthirsty Roo.
So the only theatrical horror release that I went to this year, number 11, a new release, Good Boy, the film about the dog that sees ghosts.
I liked the premise.
Oh.
Did you enjoy it?
It's cute as hell. Universally agreed upon, even by critics. The best part of the film is when the credits roll, you see a BTS of how they tricked this dog into shooting this movie. That truly is like one of the most astounding films you've ever seen in your life.
That's pretty awesome.
amazing.
Okay, I like that.
I don't like. It kind of feels like they're like playing mind tricks on this
It's
dog and doing
kind of abuse,
psychological.
Jacob.
Oh no, I haven't seen
It's-
the reel, so
I haven't
There's
seen
a
it, but I just
scene-
guessing.
There's a scene, and again, it's not like this was
You
like
have to make
a
it like react
choice.
to nothing, like a
So-
ghost, right?
but Jacob, it's not like he's like, "Hey, Bella," I think the dog's name is. In this scene, wouldn't it be awesome if he did this? No, like it's just reacting, like you're saying, to horrible things. There's a scene where the dog gets so scared it pees on camera, like in the middle of a take,
Oh,
like
no.
it starts peeing and has like a scene, like like you can see in its eyes that you're like, "Oh no, that dog is so scared."
and the director's like, "Print it, we got it." That's
Just a
Yeah,
method
great.
actor. Yeah.
What a
Oh,
perfect
no.
take, and you're like, I
The
guess
dog is
you
not
kinda,
acting; it's reacting.
took your
for real.
dog.
Well, hopefully everything was in alignment with,
Yeah.
ASPCA or whoever monitors those things.
Yeah,
But they used to
Who
do
knows?
worse things to dogs and cats in movies like Milo Notice or whatever, right?
That's true. They threw
Yeah.
him off cliffs. All right, number 12, Jacob, a recommendation for you. Clive Barker's Lord of Illusions. Have you seen this?
No, I
I
have
haven't
not.
seen either.
Maniac film. It is about a cult leader who gets murdered and the cult tries to resurrect him. And a detective 14 years later is like, "No, don't do this." That detective is, of course, Captain Archer, Scott Bakula.
Hey, okay,
just
I'm in.
written
Wow,
all
hey,
of
Mike's
it. has
favorite.
these psychosexual nightmares of a Clive Barker film, of course.
Sure.
It's
I
like the
love it.
lost episode of Quantum Leap. Like we can't air this one where he gets
He,
caught up
he,
with a
he
cult.
jumped
Right.
into the body of who? You're like, "Oh no, you got to get out of there, Sam."
Get out of there.
Dr. Sam Beckett. It's not worth it.
Nope. Al, get me out of here.
Ziggy says,
You gotta stop the
Ziggy
cult.
says the director of Hellraiser is about to give you a psychosexual nightmare.
Oh man.
All right, number 13. I had to follow Mike here. I did The Thing. I did the sequel to The Thing, of course.
Yes.
All right.
And then after we talked about it in that episode,
Mary
where I was
Elizabeth
so
Winstead.
curious about seeing all the pilot alien and stuff, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I feel like I didn't. We talked about it a little bit on that episode, but
Yeah.
that ending when you're talking about Mike, when they go to the alien ship, when they go to the ship and they look inside, and there's just some blue digital nonsense. I was just like, oh man, what the hell is this?
It's such a bummer.
Yeah,
It's so crazy.
When
to
you
know
see
that
the
you originally had
practical
like some
effect
kind of
test,
crazy
too.
practical effects
Yeah.
instead. Yeah,
Yeah, and I've watched all the videos now, all the behind the scenes.
What could have been? Yeah.
oh sure, yeah,
a
and it's crazy.
mess.
Like the director went through such painstaking, like he printed off screenshots of the original to like try to match the locations and everything as close as possible. So he really wanted to do a good job, and it just didn't live up to its full potential.
And
Not
then
a
he
terrible
quit
film.
Hollywood because he was sick of studio interfering. He's like, this sucks.
Yeah, he went back to Norway or wherever he's from.
Never again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I like that it
Yeah.
has Wildling Man from Game of Thrones.
Game
in
of
it.
Thrones.
he's
Tormund.
He's
Yeah,
great,
Tormund.
man. He's
That
always
has
good.
good ideas. I like the fillings. Like, oh, it can't replicate inorganic matter. Like, it had some good stuff going for it. Just studio ruined it. But
Yeah.
I'm glad you checked it
Clever.
out. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Number 14, Sleepaway Camp, a classic.
Mm.
Again, have you guys
shouldn't
seen
live,
it?
Ricky?
I haven't seen
Okay.
it, but I've heard of it. Yeah.
And Jacob, do you know the twist?
No.
Boy,
Mm.
I've been thinking a lot about what I'm gonna do for next year. It might be Sleepaway Camp. I've been really leaning towards Killer Clowns. I don't know.
Mm.
From outer space?
I don't know.
From outer space.
Yeah.
The Chiodos brothers,
know.
who the band Chiodos was named after. There
That's
you go.
right.
Oh, that's
Chiodos.
crazy. I didn't know that. And of
That's
course,
a fun
I think
fact.
like the only other movie they ever directed, Mike, Ernest Scared Stupid, where they use those clowns.
That might be my pick for
Oh.
next year, dude. That
Okay,
movie scared
Mike,
the
maybe
shit out
we
of me as a
both
kid.
pick those films. All right,
No,
Jacob.
we're gonna do our
you-
Ernest
Oh,
long
boy.
form once we finish.
Yeah,
Every
that's
Ernest
Ghibli,
movie.
We're gonna do
Ernest
every
Goes to
Ernest
Jail.
movie.
Ernest long form. Ernest Goes to Africa. Truly
No.
some horrifying ones.
But he also
Oh,
saves
no,
Christmas
that can't be good.
sometimes. Friend of the show, Adam,
He
is
also
an Ernest fan as well. But anyway,
He saves the royal jewels in one of them. I think it's called Ernest Saves the Royal Jewels.
great.
Sure.
15, End of Days, Schwarzenegger classic.
Mm-hmm.
16, Franken-Thumb. Got to throw it up to my little thumb movies. That's a shorty at 30 minutes. I was happy to throw that on.
Oh, nice.
Number 17, a Toby Hooper movie, The Fun House. Jacob,
Hooper.
you're Toby Hooper. Now, you're going
Mhm.
to talk a lot about this man, right?
Yes. And let's say I might have another one of his movies on my list too that's not a Texas Chainsaw, but
Is it?
Mm.
I'm not going to spoil it, but does it have another name called Space Vampires?
well, of course, Life Force was on my list last year. If you
Okay,
guys
thank
talked
you.
about that.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
So this
So
is
I
a
just
separate,
wanna
another
refresh.
Toby Hooper.
Yeah.
Because I'm excited to hear about what this other one is then. But Jacob, I just want a refresher. Tell me again what your thoughts are on Life Force, because my favorite podcast, Action Boys, this year, they always do their Oktuki, where they do action-oriented horror movies, and they picked 4 fucking bangers this year. And I'm so
Sure.
proud of them in that it was Sleepaway Camp, The Fog, right? All films we've talked about. Life Force, and then Mike, get this, today they released their final episode, Dawn of the Dead.
Wow.
Like how
Wow.
fucking like how on brand are we there?
Hey,
But Jacob,
yeah.
they talk about Life Force. They love Life Force. I despise that movie. Defend
You don't like it.
Toby Hooper. Defend Life Force.
Well, I saw your on Letterboxd. You watched this movie, The Fun House, and you talked. And I know your opinions on Life Force. We talked about it last year. Naked vampires from outer space.
Mhm. Sounds
I
written
mean, what's
for
not to
me.
like? Yeah,
Were they
and
from
yet-
Australia originally?
they might have been.
Well,
Movie's
that's
on the case. Don't worry
The
about it.
lore
We'll
of
figure it
this
out,
movie is that like canonical vampires descended from these aliens, basically. So vampires on
damn.
Earth are like aliens. So they get life force or energy from blood. They're like energy vampires. But again, I think the thing holding that movie back was the name Life Force. It's such a bad name for what the
Yeah.
movie is. It's like
No.
doesn't explain anything about the movie.
It's not the only thing.
I know you don't like it. I think
just
it's
don't
fun
like
for what it
him.
is. Yeah.
And did either of you guys watch the Ed Gein TV show
No, I've not
No.
seen that.
where Toby Hooper is a character?
Really? Because he's researching for
because it's
Texas
all
Chainsaw.
right.
They
Well, we're gonna talk. Yeah, go
Ryan
ahead.
Murphy rewrites history and makes it so that his grandparents that raised him were Ed Gein's next door neighbors, and this is where he cooks up the entire idea for a franchise Jacob's going to talk endlessly
Sure.
about.
I do
So,
not like that.
Yeah, we're gonna talk
Yeah, I
Toby
hate-
Hooper today.
Yeah.
I thought I mean, that's something Ryan Murphy must be making up because I thought Toby Hooper came out and said like, yeah, I didn't even know about Ed Gein until like later, like after I developed the idea for this, and then I like
I
looked
can't-
into it.
I can't even think of talk about any of that, man. It's just
Right.
madness. All right, I'm
All
speed
right.
rounding here.
But
So
we're
Yeah.
well, the Funhouse. What year did that come out?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me look real quick. That is
We're talking a lot of Toby
1981.
Hooper. 81.
81.
Then of course he did Life Force was 85. He did another canon film, Invaders from Mars, and then he also did Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 in 86. So those are all like mid 80s movies.
God
So it's
damn it.
interesting to think about that in his filmography.
I'm gonna have to watch Invaders from Mars. I've never heard of that. That sounds incredible.
That was part of his. So he had a 3-picture deal with Canon.
Yes, he bankrupted them.
Yeah, and the last one of those was Texas Chainsaw 2.
Oh, Jesus.
Gotcha. All right.
But I have
All right,
not
I'm-
seen.
I'm
Invaders from Mars.
cannonballing through these here.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay,
Funhouse, even I don't really recommend, honestly.
Hmm.
Number 18, the I Know What You Did Last Summer Lega sequel / reboot that came out this year.
Oh, yes.
Madness
Did
on
they
Netflix.
bring back who was
Freddie?
the lead in- Freddie, yeah. And then
Freddie Prinze and Sarah Michelle.
Jennifer
And
Love
Sarah
Hewitt.
Yeah, or I'm sorry, Jennifer
sorry,
Love. It is.
Jennifer
Yeah.
Love Hewitt, that's right.
Yep. Number 19, Friday the 13th, Part 2. Perfect movie.
Baghead, my favorite Jason.
Baghead, perfect. Great choice, Mike.
Mhm.
Number 20, Interview with the Vampire. What? I've just
On
never
my list
loved
from
this
a couple of
movie.
years ago.
I've never loved it, Jacob, but I want to
Yeah.
watch the show. Have
that's
any of
the-
you guys watched the show?
Not yet.
I have not seen it, but it's very much in the zeitgeist because it's rejuvenated the series because people love the show so much, and they say it's a better adaptation of the books than the movie starring Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. This show that's been going on a couple seasons now, there's a huge online fan base for it. It seems to have the kind of fan base that Supernatural and Doctor Who and these shows had back in the day. Yeah. So where people are very into fanfics around the characters and stuff like that as well.
And of course, it's very queer coded, very sexual.
Yes.
You did your vampire watch last year, where you did like every vampire.
Yes. This was one of them.
You got up to Queen of the Damned, Jacob.
Yes, I watched Queen of the Damned, aka the new metal sequel to this
one
movie,
of the
I
greatest
guess.
soundtracks in movie
And they
history.
have just released the trailer for season 3 of this show now on AMC, which is now called Lestat, and it seems to be adapting the Queen of the Damned saga. He is becoming a rock star, and he has moved to the lead character position.
Wow,
that's amazing. And they're going to have Aaliyah, the Queen of the Damned. They're going to have to cast someone to play her, I guess. The Egyptian goddess that is like the mother of all vampires.
All vampires, right?
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Yeah, I wanted to get into that show at some point, but I've heard good things about it, so maybe it's worth checking out.
Yeah.
I've been focused on features during this period. I don't watch a lot of horror shows throughout October, but maybe I'll jump into it.
It just seems like it takes so much time, Mike, to watch 2 seasons of Interview with a Vampire. And it's like, but I've seen that movie. I know what happened.
The general plot.
Yeah, I agree. The movie is not great. Like, it's not terrible, but it's just kind of leaves some things to be desired, I think. But I do like Tom Cruise in it. I don't like Brad Pitt in it, but I like Tom Cruise. I don't think Brad Pitt's given it.
My exact
the lead should be switched.
That could be true too. Yeah,
but I like Tom Cruise being the catty one. I don't know, because it is his gayest role, and there is so much obviously built around him that he seems very unleashed in an interesting way that he kind of never is again. So
that's what he won't let me do this. I gotta get it out.
I gotta be a gay vampire to do this.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting to see these two stars together, because that was obviously a big draw of it when it came out.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. But it's like, Tom Cruise is giving it his all, and then it cuts to Brad Pitt, and he's just giving you nothing. And it's like, man, what are you doing in this movie? I was
a farmer, and I owned a
It's like, you're too cool to be queer in this movie. You want to come off too masculine or something.
Tarantino tells all those stories about how desperate he was to get in True Romance, which Tarantino wrote, even though it was directed by Tony Scott, that when he met Brad Pitt, he was like, I just don't want to be pretty anymore. I just don't want to be handsome.
Right.
I think he was so upset about playing those roles, Jacob, that
he didn't want to be the pretty boy.
It's like what Ryan Gosling just constantly goes through or whatever, right?
Right. Yeah. Or even Leo, Leo had his pretty boy phase, and he's like, I'm a serious actor, please.
I'm a stoner dad.
Yes. Now
gotta get my daughter back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a couple of small beers.
A couple of small beers.
We've had a few small beers.
I'm having a small beer right now.
A few small beers.
A few small
Incredible. It's a great year for a few small beers, I'll tell you what.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, guys. God bless. All right, 21, Secret Window. Secret Window with Johnny Depp. It's like a bad Stephen King.
Classic.
That's when he's Stephen King.
Horrible.
Right.
It's so bad. You have to have a bad Stephen King.
That was a movie I watched. It was around the time when Pirates was big, obviously in the 2000s. I was like, this has Johnny Depp in it.
You think the entire audience for this movie wasn't tricked into going this guy's the biggest star in the world right now?
Yeah. And then you come out and you're like, what the fuck was that?
That sucked. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember seeing it one time and being like, well, why is the rum gone? I can't write my book.
Right.
22, What Lies Beneath, the ultimate mom movie. What if Harrison Ford strangled you?
Yes,
Ooh.
Colin, guess what? On my list. I watched that
Wow.
one
I
as
can't-
well.
All right. We'll save
We're
it. We'll save a little
simpatico.
more chat here.
Yeah.
Nice.
23 absolutely counts. I don't want to hear anything of it. The Mask with Jim Carrey. Tell me that's not a
Okay.
Halloween movie.
Well, if you remember Goosebumps, there's the episode with the haunted mask and you can't remove
Sure.
it. It's the same plot, right? Like, oh
Yeah,
no, it's taking over.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
okay. I'll buy it.
Isn't there something now that feels so cheap to you guys when they're like, it's Loki's mask, and you're like, Loki? Like, I'm so
The god of
saturated
mischief.
with like every like Latino girl I ever dated has like a dog named Loki that's like a chihuahua. It's like,
In
you know,
this
it's just like
era.
it seems so cheap now, right?
And now it conjures up images of Tom Hiddleston, handsome
Yep.
man. Yeah.
Just a Marvel character. We're all so used to the
master of
god
stories.
Loki. Yeah.
We're so used to God Loki now.
Number 24, the great Brittany Murphy movie, Don't Say a Word, where she plays a lady in like a insane asylum, and Michael Douglas is a psychiatrist whose children and family are kidnapped so that he can break her of her PTSD because only she knows where a jewel is. A crazy thriller.
Okay. I like Brittany Murphy. I'm gonna check this out. I haven't seen it.
Number 25, I was inspired by seeing something on Jacob's letterbox that he's going to talk about, which is diving into sort of like a new horror franchise that I didn't know anything about or that you didn't know anything about, where I thought, I'm going to do the same. Number 25, Phantasm. Have any of you guys ever seen a Phantasm film?
No.
No.
I've never seen a Phantasm. I'm familiar
Phantasm
with
of
the
the
brand.
Opera.
Phantasmum of the Opera. The only thing I know about the Phantasm franchise is people say number 2 is good, and that J.J. Abrams loves this franchise and paid out of pocket to like get a restored 4K or some sort of like restored print or something. I watched this film on Amazon Prime. I thought, okay, here's an 80s franchise that's kind of like smaller. It's in the background. I guess you'd call it Evil Dead level where it's cult-like. It's Don Coscarelli, Mike, who's the director and writer of our beloved Beastmaster. Like this is a true indie filmmaker.
Yeah.
And I definitely know that it's tied to the image of like that weird silver ball that like a guy kills you with or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is that the Phantasm? Now, guys,
He's got
I'm
his
going to
T-spheres.
spoil. He's got his T-spheres. He is, of course, Mr. Terrific, the villain of Phantasm.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, guys, I'm going to spoil for you what
Please.
Phantasm is about. Are you guys ready for this?
What is the Phantasm?
Yes. I'm ready.
It's about a little kid who lives near a graveyard and he sees people who get like killed at the graveyard sometimes, and he tries to investigate, and there's a mysterious person who like is like the Undertaker or whatever that he calls the tall man who like does weird things, and he's like, what is this horrible stuff? And he sees a lot of like weird imagery. It's kind of Twin Peaks kind of imagery, so you'd kind of think I'd like it. It's a little bit Lynchian. Now, when you die and his brother dies, this little kid, you're brought back as a little dwarf version of yourself.
What?
Like imagine you're like
Wow.
half your size. Okay.
Same
You're like,
proportions though.
I'm
just
listening.
half my size.
yeah. You're like a little person. And it's
Like a
like,
hobbit.
okay. And you're evil. And it's like, okay, that's strange. But what does that have to do with the ghost guy? And sometimes the ghost guy turns into a lady called the Painted Lady. And she will have sex with you and then stab you and you will die. And then you'll be turned into a little person version of yourself. And you're like, okay,
Oh, no.
what is, and truly I'm watching
What
it
are the
like,
mechanics of
so
this world?
what's the Phantasm? Now the kid goes into this mortuary or this cemetery or whatever, right? Into the bowels of it, finds a portal to another dimension that's full of a bunch of little people in red robes who are slaves. So this guy's like a space alien who's making like a slave workforce. That's what it's about.
Wow.
That's about on par with Halloween 3's
pretty wild.
plot.
I guess.
You know, like, it's not the craziest thing ever, but it's not what at all what
I
I'd
don't
expect
know.
with Phantasm. I'd expect a lot of ghost stuff.
Yeah.
That's how it feels when you hear it. Okay.
Yeah.
Out of morbid
So that's
curiosity,
where
I
I've
wanna
ended
check
it
it
now,
out.
guys. And I'm not at a high point. I'm trying to look for
Mm.
cool things. I'm looking for nostalgic things. I'm not feeling good about this year. Jacob talked about Mike's travel. I've been traveling a lot too. I felt very disconnected from Halloween this year and spooky things. So I'm kind of like back and home and settled in my camp base. Tonight, when we get done, I'm going to like find something classic to dig into and find something to like make me happy with these last few movies.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That
this
makes
is
sense.
we're in the week of Halloween now. So obviously Halloween's on Friday. So we're really ramping up so you can watch some classic horror movies culminating this Friday. So yeah.
Yeah. Random question. The talking about what was the movie? I had a note here. But like random horror movie. Oh yeah. Johnny Depp as Stephen King, right?
Oh, Secret
Secret
Window.
Window. It reminded me of another, like, here's a movie where this actor probably has no business being in that's a horror movie, which is Jim Carrey's The Number 23.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
do you prefer, right? I think I prefer The Number 23, right?
I don't even
Maybe?
remember that one very
I
much. So I
I
don't remember what it was about.
well, I'll tell you what I remember about it is that it's directed by Joel Schumacher, of course, director
Oh,
of the craziest
Batman
Batman
nipples.
movies. So,
Yeah,
Mike, at least that movie has style from what I remember.
it does. I can't
That
remember
was
for
really
sure, and
like
I've
where
only
like
seen it once.
every comedic actor or every actor that's like, look, I'm not just known for comedy. I can do a horror movie. I can do a psychological thriller. It's like every
Oh,
actor
Robin
wanted to
Williams
do
did
one of
that
those.
1 hour photo too
One
with
hour photo. Yeah.
Evangelion. Yeah, yeah.
I can do serious. I can do
But
horror.
but
Yeah.
there was that thing truly of the Christopher Nolan dark and gritty and dark and grounded
Mm.
moved some people over to sick and twisted. Like when the Joker came out, it truly did break some of those comedians' brains to be like, oh, right, I could do 1 hour photo or I could do the number
Number
23. And you're like,
23.
but
Right.
should you?
But should
Well, it's
you?
like if you have someone like Jim Carrey who's known for these like manic performances,
Yeah.
you can kind of twist that so it's like, oh, but he's like an evil, manic, crazy
Spooky.
guy
But he's
instead of a
scary.
comedic. So it's like, or even like the cable guy, right? The cable guy is
I
like
guess
that's a
sort
good
of.
movie that's like twisting Jim
Oh,
Carrey's
yeah.
comedic
To a
role to like a more
sinister
sinister.
degree.
Yeah. So I like that movie though.
Yeah, fair. All right, that was my random note. I guess it was The Mask and Secret Window that made me think of the number 23 on your list. They
That's, oh
Sure.
boy,
came together.
deadly, Mike. Well, maybe I'll make that in my last
Maybe-
couple here.
I don't know if
I'll
it should
pay
be your
off that
last one.
prophecy.
Save some room.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, good list. You kind of
Good
a lot of
list.
variety. Like,
So
you're
how
not
many
always
movies are you up
hyper-focused
to on
one
that
thing.
list now?
I'm at 25, so I've got 5 more.
Alright.
Or I'm
Okay.
sorry, 6 more.
I'm at 25 as well, not counting repeats of Dawn of the Dead. Nice. All right. Well, do we want to take a quick break and have Jacob's going to come in, swinging heavy bat and clean
Wow.
up on
The grand
the
finale.
Spooktacular, the grand finale. Yes. With Spooky Jacob right after this.
Spooky.
I'm spooked.
Okay. We're back here on Normies Like Us. We're wrapping things up on Spooktober with our last entry here. It's Jacob's Halloween list, fitting
Wow.
given his Halloween shirt.
That's
Mhm.
right. And Mike's
And
shirt
Christian Carpenter. Oh, that's
is
right.
perfectly thematic to my list. As you know, like you do, Mike, sometimes I like to do a longer franchise every year to kind of dive in and watch all the installments. I've done Friday the 13th before. I've done all the Hellraiser movies. I've
I
done
did
all the
that with you as well.
Halloweens.
Yep.
Yeah.
Boo.
No regrets on
and-
Hellraiser.
Some of those are pretty
Those are
bad.
rough.
And sometimes it's more of a thematic thing. Like last year, I watched a lot of vampire movies, or I've watched a lot of possession movies and stuff 2 years ago, I think. This year, I was like, let me tackle, obviously, an episode that you guys talked about a couple years back, which I was not on, if you remember that. And let me pull up the date from that episode.
It's
because
probably
I thought
around
it was-
2022 because that's when the Netflix original had dropped. That's
Yes,
my
it
guess.
was
Just Mike and I on
2022.
that episode? Is that
It's
possible?
just
I
you
think it was
two
just a twofer. Yeah,
talking Friday the 13th. Or it was the same year we did Friday the 13th as well. But I was not on that one because I was like, guys, I haven't seen any of the Texas Chainsaws except the first one. And I think I also was busy or something at that time. I don't remember exactly why I wasn't on it, but
But
I did listen to some of that episode to get your guys' takes on some of these movies as I was watching them too. So I'm excited to talk about that. But let me go through my list and I'll save that, which of course I'm talking the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I watched all 9 of the films in that installment. I'll save that for the end, but let me go through the rest of my list. Yeah.
Okay.
So we have, of course, Psycho, Dawn of the Dead, The Thing, 2011, The Fog, of course, which we talked about, The Fog. I also have some. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. I have some newer movies that I kind of was padding out my list, although some of these I did watch again recently, so I'm counting them, like Final Destination Bloodlines, which I've seen twice now. So I did watch at the end of September, so I'm counting.
Oh,
wow.
Good movie.
I got to see
very
that
good
one,
movie.
actually.
I liked yes, and of course on a previous list I did all 5 of the Final Destinations that were out at that time.
Did you really?
Yeah.
So where does this rank
I think
out
most
of
them
5?
are. It's like it might be the best one.
Wow.
It might be.
That's
mean,
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen,
because
I
what
think
they do,
probably like 3 of them, maybe. Yeah.
I've seen 3 or 4.
yeah, definitely the first 3 are probably what most people remember. I think the 4th one was the one where they tried to go 3D, so it was very 3D heavy, and then the 5th one was good actually. That I like that one. I think the 4th one was the worst one. And then the first 2 are great,
somewhere
of
in
course.
there. Can't
I
remember
see.
which
I don't even think I've seen
He's
the
the third
first. I
one.
think I've
Third
seen
one.
2 because that's the bridge, right?
The bridge. Well,
I'm trying
2
to
is
remember the
the
set pieces.
log truck on the
Or I'm
log
sorry, that's
truck.
what I meant by the bridge. I'm sorry, the log jam. So I've seen
Yeah.
number 2 is Mary Elizabeth Winstead the roller coaster.
I believe
that's the
3,
roller
yeah.
coaster. Yes,
Okay,
that's
I've seen
3.
that one, and then
the
I've
first
seen
one
Lines. Okay.
is just the plane crash, and that's the original. It's Devon Sawa.
My boy.
Yeah, and then 4th one is just called The Final Destination. That's the worst one, and that was the 3D emphasis one. And then the 5th one, I actually really liked. It kind of ties back to the first couple movies in an interesting way. So that one at the time was like my favorite of the sequels. I was like, 5's pretty good. This one is really good because it is sort of a Lego sequel, but they do some interesting things with it. I mean, so much has been done in this universe already, but I liked it, and of course it had our guy Tony Todd, R.I.P.
That's right. Yeah.
Last
I'll bring
on-screen
that up.
performance. Yeah, for one, it's basically a cameo. He has one scene,
Candyman.
and Candyman, of course.
Yep,
Star
same
Trek.
Oh man, I'll watch it just for his cameo. At least as a
And of course he plays William Bloodworth throughout the series, who's like a guy who works in a morgue that everyone goes to for answers, apparently. But the way they tie that back into the story is very interesting too. So definitely check that one out. Final Destination Bloodlines.
I
Then
always like
we've
the
got
fence post with the barbed wires. I think that's the second one.
that's the second one. Yep, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
Anyway,
let's see what else. Oh yeah, Final Destination Bloodlines. Sinners. Saw Sinners again.
mm-hmm.
Weapons. I'll count Weapons in there.
Yep.
Also talk about a couple movies I'm going to watch this week. But as far as what I have already watched, Terrifier 3
Classic.
came out last year. Finally got around to seeing that one. Saw the first 2, I think 2 years ago. They were on my list.
Yeah.
So
And maybe the biggest skeptic of Art the Clown that I know, right, Jacob? You're not super hot on the Terrifier.
No, I like them.
Okay.
I like them. And actually I think I like 3. I think they're getting better. And I think Colin, your letterbox, you didn't like this one as much as 2. I actually liked it more than 2. And I think they're adding more to the lore of the world. This one has takes place during Christmas gimmick, which they do a lot of fun stuff with. And then I think the last half hour of this movie is really good, where it's just all out chaos, very 80s. The way it's shot, Damien Leone, the director, has said I'm trying to emulate John Carpenter movies from the 80s, of course, which is not an original thing. Of course, everyone wants to
make it more of a
John
neighborhood thing than just a single. Yeah.
But just the way it's shot and stuff, it looks really good. But obviously, Damien Leone, known for doing these movies, very low budget. The first one was made for $35,000. The second one was made for $115,000, and then this one, still small budget, but the biggest budget yet. I think it was made for about $3 million.
Wow.
So they're getting bigger in scope, and there's some really, I mean, these are extreme gore movies. So if you don't like that kind of thing, you're not going to like this. And I even get squeamish at some of the stuff in here because I don't like torture porn that much, really.
No. I usually like for gore exploitation, I'm fine, but stuff that's like real, like Hostel, like something that's more of a realistic depiction, that's hard on me. But I can watch a Kill Bill blood spray bullshit bloodfest, but like when it's like more realistic, that's hard.
So different about being like killed by a sword than when these like Art the Clowns or like a Hostel are like, well, here's a power drill where I'm like, yeah, but that could maim me.
Right.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
And this is definitely a throwback, trying to be, throwback to 80s horror. Obviously, the director has a lot of love for those movies. And so it's like an old school 80s slasher, but with the gore dialed up to 11.
Yeah.
Okay. I still have to jump into Art the Clown. I haven't seen any, but I'll maybe not this
I think
year.
Art the Clown, the best new horror
Since
icon
Ghostface,
that we've
probably.
gotten in a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love
that's fair.
his whole thing is great. So we love Art the Clown.
All right.
So yeah, Terrifier 3, check that out on Peacock. Let's see. You're Next.
No
movie
idea.
I saw. Adam Wingard.
Ty West is
Godzilla.
an actor in it.
That's right.
Interesting.
Got a lot of the mumblecore. Joe Swanberg, who did he was a mumblecore director, is also an actor in this. So it's a lot of those guys who like all knew each other, I guess. Ty West, Adam Wingard. Adam Wingard, not a director I love too much. He made that terrible Death Note movie, and then he made some mid
You love
Godzilla
Little
movies.
Strongest.
Yeah, I guess a little Skronkus. I don't know.
You said he's your favorite contribution to cinema, Little Skronkus?
Yeah. Hey, he's doing his thing. But Godzilla X Kong. Yeah, and this is like this reminded me of another movie that I've seen, of course, Ready or Not, which is a great movie. But yeah, it's like a home invasion type of movie with some twists and stuff. It's all right.
Okay,
it's fine. You're Next. The next movie I'm going to talk about is I watched Reanimator and I watched From Beyond, two Stuart Gordon
now, Jacob,
movies.
When I said I was inspired by you jumping on some movies and franchises you've never seen before, I'm not a Stuart Gordon guy. I really don't know anything about this dude. You can talk a little bit about the lead actor, Jeffrey Combs, about like how incredible. Blah. Reanimator, huge cult following in the horror universe. Never seen it. I don't know anything about it. Lovecraft. I love Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Don't know anything about this dog. Tell me fucking everything.
I don't know anything.
Yeah. So you guys never seen either of these?
No.
So these are two movies he made in the 80s. Stuart Gordon and a guy named Brian Usna, who produced and has like story credits on them. I think they kind of work together. They're both Lovecraft adaptations. So basically, Stuart Gordon just read a lot of Lovecraft and stuff in the 80s, was like, I want to make, one of these things into a movie or something. But Stuart Gordon, definitely a director, a horror director that people like a lot. He died in 2020, unfortunately. RIP to him. And he made these with Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton, who are in both these movies. Jeffrey Combs, of course, we love from Star Trek. He plays a million different roles in different Star Treks. Including DS9, my favorite.
Yeah, he's got a ton of Star Trek cameos.
He's in The Frighteners, one of our favorite horror movies, Mike, but I believe as an homage to Reanimator.
That makes so much sense.
Because it became a cult classic for sure. And it actually got two sequels, Bride of Reanimator,
hilarious,
and another one. Yeah, let me look it up here.
But yeah, I've heard a lot about Reanimator. Like, I know it's like one of those acclaimed kind of
the poster. I mean, walking past the box cover in Blockbuster, the glowing green syringe, the crazy look on his face.
Yeah. So Reanimator 1985. Yeah, then there was Bride of Reanimator 1990 and Beyond Reanimator 2003. And those were both directed by Brian Usna, who produced the first one with Stuart Gordon.
Wow.
Gotcha.
And yeah, they just wanted to make some Lovecraft adaptations. Barbara Crampton, who was also the mom in You're Next, so that's a fun connection there.
Oh, cool.
But she was kind of, her and Jeffrey Combs were kind of known for playing horror roles in the 80s and stuff, so they became well known within the horror community. But Reanimator is a movie about a mad scientist who basically figures out how to bring people back to life and reanimate them, if you will. And sort of the fallout from that. So it's got a lot of good, it's got some body horror, practical effects stuff. It's a very just kind of campy 80s fun movie about mad scientists and stuff and zombies.
Is it worth all the hype?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I liked it. And it's a different kind of zombie movie because it culminates in like basically a lot of people being brought back as like zombies and stuff, and there's like severed head. You can bring back someone's severed head and stuff. So it's I like it.
Right.
And then of course From Beyond, the movie he did a year later, 86, with the same cast, Barbara Crampton and Jeffrey Combs, also starring Ken Foree, our guy from Dawn of the Dead.
And somehow also a box cover, because isn't it? It's like the screaming yellow face. It's almost like robotic, or like
it's like a guy's face that's getting like mutated. Yeah.
Also, just so iconic. It's here.
Yeah.
Maybe next to each other in Blockbuster, where I'd truly be like, well, I just won't look over there. That's okay.
This is a little spooky. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a blind spot for me for a long time, both these movies. So I wanted to. This was another theme, like other than Texas Chainsaw movies, catching up on some horror classics that I had not seen before and kind of filling in those blind spots for me. So From Beyond, not as good as Reanimator, but it is very Lovecraftian. It's very body horror. It's very sexual. I describe it as like a sci-fi Hellraiser. Because basically the main villain in this is like a guy who wants to do weird sex stuff. But basically,
those don't exist in real life. People want to do weird sex stuff to you.
No. It's another mad scientist, but he basically they invent this machine that can open your third eye, essentially, which is your pineal gland within the brain.
That's very Hellraiser, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, by opening your third eye, the pineal gland, which is like comes out of your forehead, with this device activates your pineal gland. You're able to see a different dimension that people can't see because they're limited. And also, like, this machine just basically makes you orgasm when it's turned on, and then you start seeing other dimensions. You see other creatures, and the guy who invented it is this mad scientist. Jeffrey Combs is like his assistant, and this guy like goes insane and starts mutating into like this monster who's also like a weird sexual monster.
Of course.
And
is Ken Foree good as an actor?
Ken Foree.
Ken Foree.
Yeah, I don't know. He's okay in this. But this one, it's not as good as Reanimator, but it's still fun in like just an 80s over the top creature feature kind of way.
I think about like Flyboy and Flygirl. He's not, you just wonder. It's for the level of budget. I'm sure he's about as good as you're hoping you can get, right?
Well, he became a big horror guy because, of course, he's in Texas Chainsaw 3. He just keeps popping up in different horror movies.
The Halloween that Rob Zombie did.
That's right. Right. Steals his sweatsuit. We said
that's his jumpsuit.
His jumpsuit. Yeah.
The only guy's
but basically, Jeffrey Combs goes mad from this device, so he gets put in like an asylum, and then Barbara Crampton is his like doctor who's trying to cure him. But then they go back to the lab where they like created the experiment. He's like, you don't understand, like all this crazy stuff is happening. And then she gets really into it, and they're like, wait, we can actually like cure schizophrenia because we think schizophrenics are actually people that can see this other dimension, and that's what's making them like driving them insane and stuff. So it's very metaphysical, very Lovecraftian, but it's a pretty fun movie.
Okay.
For the Jeffrey Combs of it, I've never got into body horror. I haven't done a lot of any Cronenberg, honestly. I haven't seen any of that stuff.
Not my genre.
Not my genre.
Yeah, love me some 80s body horror.
I mean,
yeah.
I watched Together earlier this year. It's not on my list because it wasn't around Halloween, and that was like baby's first body horror. So maybe I can kind of get into some of the classics now. Give it a whirl.
Yeah, absolutely. Check it out.
I love that
definitely
movie,
some Cronenberg. And you like practical effects. That's why I like body horror from like the 80s and stuff, because of the practical effects of it all. And this movie does have some great effects.
Nice. Have either of you guys ever seen RoboJocks?
No.
No.
That's a Stuart Gordon movie with a Jeffrey Combs cameo. It's basically Hunger Games meets Gundam, and it's 80s with really
Whoa.
crazy puppet sort of special effects for the robots. Really good.
Okay. Yeah, this is up my alley too. I'm looking
Yeah.
at images right now.
Yeah,
like an
Stuart Gordon also did
Tron.
The Pit and the Pendulum in which is
Oh, I've seen that too. Okay,
Edgar Allan
interesting.
Poe.
Maybe
Yeah,
I've seen
adaptation.
more than I thought on Stuart Gordon. He's just not my guy.
Yeah. And of course he came up with the story for Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. So that's another big thing.
That's
his
the most fun
wheelhouse.
fact
Yeah.
I've heard all day.
Yeah.
So
he's credited on like all the
From
Honey, all the
Reanimator.
sequels and stuff.
about the little kids, and then I do it the spooky.
He watched the Phantasm and was like, "What if even smaller?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So
he has,
half
like-
kid, he becomes even a smaller kid.
I assume he got a lot of royalties from that because he has story by or characters by credits on all
Based on
the sequels that came out of that
Wow.
and stuff. So probably got a pretty
What
penny
did he
out of that, which
die
is good for him.
of?
He died in 2020. I don't know. I think he was just
Not old age. I mean,
He's
Pineal gland
72.
explosion.
oh, he was 72. Okay.
multiple organ failure.
Oh, bummer.
Wow.
I don't know. Could have been COVID. Who knows?
Yeah,
I hope
rest in
not.
peace.
2020.
Um,
So yeah, Reanimator from
He kept
Beyond.
saying,
Check
I
those
don't
out.
need to wear a mask. I have the reanimator juice. And people were
That's
like,
right.
that doesn't
Yeah.
work.
just
Do it. No, that
reanimate
was a
me. I'll be
movie.
fine.
It's,
Yeah.
I'll be
Where's
fine,
Jeffrey
even
Combs?
if it's my head.
Yeah.
You're like, no.
Reanimate my head and activate my pineal gland. That's all I need.
You think he
Right.
has dementia. He keeps talking about his pineal gland.
And you got to if you're a Jeffrey Combs fan, you got to check those out because he's so
Yeah.
great in those. He's
Yeah.
just a great actor.
The best.
Both of those are on Prime if you want to watch those. Jeepers Creepers, a movie that I saw popped up on our friend Joe's letterbox. I was like, oh, Joe and I watched the same movie.
The
Jeepers
best.
Creepers. You guys have both seen that?
Yeah, we got
Early
Scream King
2000s.
Justin Long.
Justin Long, the Scream King. Yeah, he's been in so
Scream
many horror
King.
movies.
Hey, what's a better movie directed by a pedophile? This film or Masters of the Universe?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
Rosemary's
this
Baby.
movie, Victor Salva, the director, is a convicted pedophile who was very interesting because these in this movie has two sequels, Jeepers Creepers 2 and 3, which came out after this. This all happened after his trouble earlier in life, where he was arrested for being a sexual
Crazy.
predator. So
Who directs
amazing.
those two other movies, Jacob?
Victor Salva, including
That's
one in like
right.
2016, I think the third one.
That's right.
So it's amazing that those got made. A protege of Francis Ford Coppola, who defended
this
him as
year.
recently as like the 2000s.
This
Oh,
year
man.
said he was just a child when all that went down. Victor Salva was in his late 30s when he was messing around with a 14-year-old kid.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I like the
so-
movie Jeepers Creepers, but because
Love
it's
it.
a bad man made it movie, it's like I want to rewatch it, but it's hard for me. 'cause I'm like,
Right.
this guy, I hate him.
The-
But I like the
like,
movie in a vacuum.
We've all seen it.
Yeah,
The
you got to separate
final
the art
image-
from the artist, of course. You know, same thing with Woody Allen movies. It's hard to go back
Yeah,
and watch
right,
those.
right.
You
sometimes.
absolutely have to.
So on
Yeah.
record, director bad man, but this movie, Justin
This
Long,
movie,
Scream King,
spoilers.
Yeah.
The final image where he's whistling the tune
Mhm.
and you see
Jeepers
through the mold
Creepers.
of Justin Long's head, you see through the eyes.
Yeah.
It is an image that has stayed with me my entire life since I was like 12 when I saw
Yeah.
this movie, where I was like, "Ugh."
One of the strongest ending images, maybe. Yeah.
It's incredible. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Mhm.
And did you guys know there's two more in this series? Have you ever watched 2 or 3?
I
seen the
knew
second
that. I
one.
definitely have never seen them.
I
Yeah.
was thinking about maybe watching those for this list. We'll see. 2 has Ray Wise in it as the main character, who's like trying to investigate what happened to these kids or whatever.
He's
like a
Van
couple days
Helsing of
later.
this universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a
but
big
obviously
set piece on like a school bus in.
I wanted to say in a cornfield on a
It's
school
like in the middle
bus.
of nowhere. Yeah,
It's like a football trip, I think, is the whole premise.
something
of the,
like that. Yeah. But I haven't seen.
I'm
3.
wondering if I decided to watch this maybe because of it does feel similar to the Texas Chainsaw movies, where it's like sort of a
You know
gritty horror movie. Yeah, where
Backwoods.
he's like cutting people's faces off in the
Even
end.
him having like a house that's like secretly a murder house that then like
Yeah,
he builds like
Getting
a
run off the
car that
road.
he drives. Jacob, like he
Yeah.
does
Truck, yeah.
have some leather face to him. That's very
and obviously the twist is
Yeah.
that he, spoiler alert, is some
he's a
kind of
dragon.
alien creature or something. It's not really explained what he is,
Some
but
kind of
he's
just an
creeper.
ancient demon. What I would have
some kind of
assumed. Yeah.
Jeepers Creepers.
I think they
yeah.
call him the Creeper. I'm not sure if that's canonically,
Creeper.
That's just
I
a
Yeah.
think
fan
they
base.
call him the creeper. Yeah.
Creeper.
And the Creeper, great design for the
what they
Creeper.
call
I
the
love his
director, too.
big,
Incredible.
his obnoxious big truck that comes up behind Justin Long's car and like blasts
Wears
its
a hat.
horn and
It's a great
stuff.
hat. Yep.
He's got like an
fedora on
Undertaker in the 2000s look with the
Yeah.
wide brimmed hat and the long
Here's
like
the
black
suck.
leather coat.
I'm
yeah.
probably gonna watch Jeepers Creepers tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, I might have to.
It's so good.
It's great. Yeah. It's just a fun, underrated horror movie. And yeah, Justin Long, second movie of Justin Long's career. If you remember his first movie, of course, Galaxy Quest, our favorite.
Incredible.
That's right.
What a run
yeah.
to go 1 to 2. Who did you say is the sister?
Sister is not an actress I recognize. She's not
Oh,
really
it's-
in
okay.
other stuff. So
Really?
Not a name that
Huh.
I know. Yeah.
He's the Mac. He's not the PC.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Gina Phillips, I don't know much else that she's
Yeah.
been in. This the sister. Yeah, no idea.
That's heartbreaking.
I think she came back for the second one. But yeah, we love Justin Long. Our friend Cole, his favorite actor is Justin Long. We always have to shout that out.
I think
Yep,
Justin
he loves
Long's been canceled for something. So
Canceled.
I don't know. I'm pretty
Oh.
sure.
His character in
didn't know.
Barbarian certainly was.
Definitely. Maybe I'm conflated.
Yeah, I'm not sure. If there is anything that's happened, I'm unaware.
I am as well.
But,
So anyways, yeah,
yeah.
Jeepers Creepers. Next I saw Slither by a guy named James Gunn.
James Gunn.
Slitherman, you said? It's
Slither
called?
Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slither,
I
just a
haven't seen
great
this one either.
creature. You've never seen this movie?
No, I think it's come up a couple times on these episodes. Like maybe this
Yeah.
one that is on the top, high level of my list.
Mid
2000s
2000s horror movie. It's sort of, yeah, it's an ode to, again, 80s horror, creature features and body horror and stuff like that.
Hey, maybe giant worms are the new punk rock.
Nice.
And it has a zombie element too as well, because basically these alien slugs like take over your brain and turn you into a zombie, or you become, it's kind of like you all become one unit of the main
Oh,
host.
that's the Animorphs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Yeerks going into your brain.
Exactly.
For sure.
Glad you
Well, I
knew
bet
that.
it doesn't star Michael Rooker or anything.
I bet it doesn't star, people that James Gunn always works with, like Nathan Fillion and Michael Rooker. No, there's no way.
No, and he came through Trauma, right? So this is like
Yeah.
he's doing horror, like this kind of genre horror stuff is like way.
This
in
is
his
yeah.
wheelhouse.
This is 2006. If you
I mean,
remember,
that's
he
his
did a movie
Dara.
called Super in 2010 as well. But even
Right.
before this, he was basically known for writing Tromeo and Juliet, writing The Specials, writing Dawn of the Dead, the Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead,
Right.
and then of course writing a little series of movies called Scooby-Doo and Scooby-Doo 2: Monsters Unleashed.
These are live action ones.
Yeah, James Gunn wrote the Scooby-Doo movies.
So I meant to
From the
mention
2000s.
earlier, this is a quick tie-in. I didn't like The Curse of La Llorona, but I gave it 3 stars because I like Linda Cardellini. And that's the tie-in
Yes.
to the Scooby-Doo. I like Linda Cardellini in those Scooby-Doos
Absolutely.
as well.
Is she Latino?
I don't think so. She was just like her husband in that movie he had died, but he was Latino, so her kids were like half, whatever. But I don't think she is.
They're
Yeah.
half
movie.
attacked by La Llorona.
Yeah,
Oh,
Missy
no.
Host,
But Scooby-Doo, great movie.
Great
Great
movie.
cast. I think why the Scooby-Doo movies work so well for me is
Matthew
that
Lillard
they
is a
perfectly
screenplay, too.
cast the squad. Yeah, Matthew Lillard, Freddie Prinze
Sarah
Jr.,
Michelle Gellar.
Sarah Michelle Gellar. Great cast.
Darlene.
Perfectly
Perfect
cast for those
casting.
characters. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
Slither, James Gunn, another
So yeah,
one.
Slither 2006. Check it out. That's also on Peacock, I believe, and that's just a fun alien invasion creature feature type movie.
Yeah.
Throwback to the 80s. Nathan Fillion, Elizabeth Banks. It also features James Gunn's wife at the time, Jenna Fisher, aka Pam from The Office.
I forgot they were married.
They were
Yeah,
once
yeah.
married. Yes.
Can you imagine her kissing John Cena? It would feel so unnatural.
No.
Unnatural.
She can never. Well, maybe there's a connection to The Office we'll talk about next week, because I wonder if his wife helped facilitate a certain actor in season 2 of Peacemaker that she worked with before. Anyways.
Interesting. Okay.
That's neither here nor there, though. But Slither, a great movie. I think you guys would. I mean, Colin, you've seen it, right?
Yeah, I love that film. Yeah, I'm just now making the connection, Jacob, how much the Suicide Squad's Starro, an alien that is a hive mind, is
very
so
similar,
reminiscent of his early work. Yeah.
Absolutely. So check that one out, Mike. I think you would like that.
Yeah. Since we're going to be doing James Gunn soon, I think that would be a good one. Expedite my viewing of.
It's fun to see James Gunn's early pre-Guardians work and stuff too, and just appreciate that in a different context.
Even something like Super is like he's testing it out, the idea of a superhero thing, right? Yeah, cool.
So Slither, Train to Busan, which I think I've talked about a little bit before, maybe on a watch or something.
Another one I've never seen. I really should.
You've never seen that?
I know.
That's
right,
you're the zombie guy. Yeah,
I know.
Korean zombie movie, takes place on a train.
I love the lead actor too.
Yes, he was in Squid Game in a small role where he plays the guy who like recruits people to be in Squid Game, and they do that like slapping game.
Yep.
So, good movie, Train to Busan. Then I did so. I love the Criterion Channel streaming service and how they do these curated lists every month they release. So one of them they had John Carpenter. So they just had a bunch of John Carpenter movies that I told you guys about. Another one they did for October, 2000s horror. So it's a lot of early to mid 2000s horror movies.
But translated over J horror, that's what I think in 2000s, like the
Western American horror movies,
stuff we were watching during sleepovers in middle school or whatever.
But that's where I got What Lies Beneath was in there, so that's why I watched What Lies Beneath. And I saw that pop up on your letterbox, and I was like, that's crazy, what a coincidence. And they had a lot of stuff like The Others. Nicole Kidman, didn't watch that one, but I've seen it before. Wreck. Colin, Wreck, of course, which got remade as Quarantine. Didn't watch that one either, but there are a couple that I looked interesting that I found from that. So What Lies Beneath, and then I watched a movie called Toolbox Murders. You guys ever seen Toolbox Murders?
Never heard of it.
So that is a movie directed by Tobe Hooper of Texas Chainsaw Massacre fame. 2004, so it's late career Tobe Hooper.
Hooper.
Yo, this villain looks crazy. I'm looking at it online right now.
Toolbox Murders.
This one I really liked. This was like a find. It was sort of a diamond in the rough find where I was like, I'll just throw this on. Late career Tobe Hooper. Toolbox Murders. Really, really good movie. Really fun, interesting movie. Basically a young couple moved to this sort of old rundown apartment building in LA. It's a historical building, so it's like everything's falling apart, but it has a great use of its location, which is just this old pre-Hollywood, like early Hollywood era building. And they kind of just weird things start happening within the building. Tenants are going missing. The wife of this couple is just getting driven more and more insane by things she's seeing or imagining. And it's sort of a great sort of haunted house slasher movie.
Not at all what I expected you to say.
No.
Not my aesthetic at all, unfortunately, looking at this thing. I don't know if I could.
You got to check it out. Like it I like the way it's shot because it uses this space so well of like shooting sort of shadows and corners and stuff of this old building. Like has a great use of this space.
Okay.
And it sort of has a commentary on Hollywood as well, a little bit in there of like, trying to make it in Hollywood kind of thing. So it's got a lot of interesting things going on. So I liked it.
I'm doing a cursory look. I want to look at the Wikipedia, and first thing that came up is a 1978 film that Tobe Hooper appears to have remade in 2004. But
that's a different movie, I think.
There was also interesting.
There's the Toolbox Murders, and then there's Toolbox Murders.
Toolbox Murders. Okay.
This is what I just found from the Criterion channel. It's like, oh, Toby Hooper. Definitely let me throw that on since I'm doing Texas Chainsaw.
I'm pretty limited on his
And,
stuff beyond Texas Chainsaw, so I should probably do a whole Tony Hooper run at some point. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I am too. I mean, what a find, Jacob. I'm not sure anybody knows about some of these things.
I've never heard anybody bring that up. Yeah, that's a
No.
good one.
Yeah, it's it's not when I heard it before, but I just threw it on and it was a good find. And it's crazy that Toby Hooper made this movie in 2004, and it's better than like the majority of Texas Chainsaw sequels. So he's making a movie in 2004. It's not an amazing movie, but it's better than 7 out of 9 Texas Chainsaw movies. So pretty crazy there. I also, from this Criterion collection, I watched The Descent, a great 2000s horror movie. If you've never seen it, that was one, I had not seen in a long time actually. So it was like rediscovering, but that's a classic. And for my money, one of the best horror movies of the 2000s of its era. Incredibly shot movie. Like it all takes place in these caves, right? And they're all sets built. They weren't real caves that they shot in. They were built sets, and they built like a ton of different rooms and things of this cave. They're all designed by some person, but it's incredible cinematography, use of lighting and stuff when they use flares, red flares and stuff for the lighting. And basically 6 women going on a caving expedition, get stuck down in the caves, and then there's something else in there with them.
Oi.
So watching that was a lot of fun. I had a blast with that one.
Terrifying premise if you guys have ever been to the caves like in Ohio or Pennsylvania, and like you go down, they turn off the lights and you can't see your hand in front of your face. Like that alone is scary. So to add a sinister element alongside,
right? It's like everything goes bad for them. They get trapped down there, and then it gets worse because there's things in there with them. Basically, little golems running around trying to tell the riddle.
Golems.
Tell me a riddle.
Yeah, what have I got in my pocket? Yeah,
my biggest fear, a bunch of little golems.
Yeah,
it's safe to say that's like not. While I was watching, I was like, this is not a situation I would ever find myself in because I am not going in those caves.
I'm not spelunking. No.
Yeah.
I am sometimes in Texas.
Yeah, I'm not a hugely claustrophobic person, but in that case, I would. Any tunnel that you have to like squeeze through where you barely have enough room to squeeze through, I'm like, no, thank you. I'm
like
not
going
to
have some sympathy. Imagine you were one of those billionaires on that little dirigible where you had to sit on your knees and the ceiling was as high as your shoulders. It's like,
they're using a Logitech controller.
I simply would not be there. Yeah,
I wouldn't be there. I wouldn't be in that room.
Even if I was a billionaire, I'd say, you know what? I'm not going to use my money.
What is this for?
Yeah.
No.
Unless I'm like James Cameron and I'm building like
then I'm building a
stuff.
submarine that's like up to code and I'm doing it. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm not using an off-brand like Xbox controller to drive my submarine.
I have that controller, by the way, just as a reminder.
Oh, really?
Just stay humble.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Toolbox Murders, The Descent, What Lies Beneath. I talked about a Robert Zemeckis film.
Yep.
And then another Robert Zemeckis film I watched was Death Becomes Her, a classic.
The best.
I've not seen any of these.
Meryl Streep.
You did the big Kurt movie this year, and you did the big Goldie movie. That's great.
Right. Meryl Streep, Goldie Hawn, Bruce Willis. 1992. Sort of a comedy slash supernatural thriller slash. There's some like body horror elements to it as well. It's a black comedy kind of. It's a very funny movie, and it's a very weird movie. Isabella Rossellini.
Who I miss, Doug?
Yeah. Who?
Bruce Willis.
It's so sad what happened to him.
Yeah.
Alzheimer's, dementia, the worst thing that can happen to a person, in my opinion, I think.
Yeah. It's a bummer.
I've had that in my family, so I know what that's like. And my heart goes out to Bruce Willis. But he's really good in this, and this was sort of like, again, him being like, look, I do comedy and stuff too. I'm not just the Die Hard guy. Which is funny because he was originally known as, for Moonlighting, and then went on to be Die Hard. And he's like, now I'm in this like very funny role with Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn. Really fun movie. What Lies Beneath, obviously, Colin, we watched that one. Harrison Ford, Michelle Pfeiffer. Wowza. You know,
Wowza.
very attractive older couple, I would say. Those two.
Now, I said in my Letterboxd review, I watched this on Tubi. You watched this on Criterion. Now,
Yeah.
I had commercials spliced in between this. Imagine you're watching a scene where he's like, where old Harrison Ford's like, I have to go to my doctor practice because I. But mid-sentence,
Yeah.
the all-new Marvel Rivals. It's the number one 6-on-6 PvP shooter. Coming out with the new PvE zombie mode. You're going to want to play this now. Wait, I have to get the cure for the anesthesia because... And truly, it's like so jarring.
Yeah. That's the downside of Tubi. As much as we
Free
love.
services.
Yeah.
I'm a
It
two
is a
believer.
pain. Yeah.
You're a two believer.
I'm a two believer.
Nice.
But it's great on Criterion. And the Ultimate Wine Mom movie, you know,
It's
I would describe it as
it should be called, instead of What Lies Beneath, it should be called White Women's Problems.
yeah. It's Rear Window with ghosts.
Yeah.
Not to spoil
Okay.
too much, but it's Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window with ghosts.
With ghosts.
Robert Zemeckis hit or miss career for me, but I do like some of his movies.
Do you know who the screenwriter of that film is?
Oh yes, Clark Gregg.
Phil Coulson from the Marvel
Phil
Universe,
Coulson.
Mike.
Wow, okay.
The only film he ever wrote.
Is this?
Well, he's directed
Wow.
too, so he's yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Okay.
But I should mention The Descent.
Yeah.
The version I watched on Criterion, it was like a 4K transfer restoration from the original 2005 version. So it looked so good. I was like, damn, this
Nice.
movie looks amazing.
Do you know which ending you got? Did you get theatrical or director's cut?
Oh yeah, I've heard this.
I got, well, I don't know. Well, I'll say there's a false ending, and then it turns out she's like hallucinating and she wakes up.
That is the director's cut.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the cut I got. And I like that ending better than, I don't want to spoil too much, but like she gets away or whatever. Like that's more, I like the more ambiguous ending of like, basically she thinks she gets away and everything's better and everything. And then she like wakes up and she's still in the cave.
Right. Very spooky
so.
stuff.
And
Yeah.
Colin goes, Smeagol.
Yeah.
Well,
Little
maybe I should
Gollum's
catch a
trying to
fish.
eat you.
What's your taters?
It ruins it. Oh, that's great.
And then let's see. Oh, and then it's just
Well, there's one
The
movie I
main
want to
event.
ask you about before
Yeah.
the main event. It's just Bring Her Back. That's those YouTubers, right? They did Talk to Me. Was that any
Yes.
good? Just quickly.
I actually have not seen that yet because there's a couple movies on here
That's one that you intend
that
to.
I'm
Sorry.
planning to watch this week, and
I'd like to see that.
including Bring Her Back. It's on HBO
On it,
right now,
yeah.
so I want to check that out.
Because I did
I
like
wanna
Talk to Me a lot.
Yeah, Talk
my
to Me was
cousin
really
thought it
good.
was awesome. He loved Bring Her Back. So
Yeah, that's one I wanted to check out.
Okay.
I also wanted to see one in theaters since I haven't seen one this month in theaters, and I was like, I really wanted to watch that Long Walk movie. But by the time I got around to looking for it, I was like, oh, you know what? This movie isn't even in like any theaters near me anymore.
I saw it in
I
September.
waited too long.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to the
Yeah,
treadmill
that's funny.
screening. Like I wanted to
That's
see that.
funny.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
very funny gimmick they did. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I guess I can't watch The Long Walk, and it's not. It's too soon to be on streaming, but it's too long to be in theater. So like, damn, I missed it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to check out Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, which is in
Yeah,
theaters now.
yeah.
So maybe
Oh,
I'll go
nice.
see that.
Yeah.
Jacob Elordi, Mia Goth, Oscar Isaac.
It's
Mhm.
only playing at the art theater by me, which truly has a projection screen that is about the size of one of my televisions. So that's the only thing that's making me like, ugh, do I go do this? Like, that sucks. If it was playing at like a megaplex, there'd be no doubt. It's a Guillermo del Toro movie. It's like, how
Yeah.
could you not?
Yeah. Right. Do it for
Right.
Guillermo.
Seems like a slam dunk. But
Absolutely.
and then my planned Halloween movie, the movie I'm going to watch on Halloween, Nosferatu.
Ah,
watch
that's
Robert
fun.
Eggers' Nosferatu on Halloween. That'll be a lot of fun. But
Relive your, what was it, New Year's or was it Christmas?
that was New Year's.
New Year's.
That's
Think about
right.
that.
It came out on Christmas. That was your New Year's movie.
Absolutely, and I have not seen it since theaters, so that'll be a fun rewatch. But that's all the movies except for my main event, which of course is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Let's do it. Let's talk Texas Chainsaw. So you watched all of these for the first time. Not all of them for the first time, but in their entirety.
What was turning you off from coming to this franchise? Because for me, it is, when I think of these, I think more gore than your typical Jasons, your Freddys, your Michaels.
Yeah, it's just never been in my wheelhouse, I guess. I mean, for a lot of those franchises, I had never seen a lot of the sequels to your Freddys and your Jasons, all that. I'm only catching up on those in recent years. That's why I'm doing those long form watches. So this one, I had only seen the first one. I was like, let me catch up on it. And actually, I might have seen the 2003 remake and not realized it at the time, or just remember that I had seen that before.
That's a core memory for me, the 2003 remake.
Yeah. There's so many remakes in the 2000s. Like, that was the big thing. It was that Platinum Dunes, Michael Bay company.
You took the words out of my mouth. Truly, that the Platinum Dudes made their buck on. We remake Friday the 13th. We make these. I went to every single one of these.
Yeah. Friday the 13th. Yeah. Absolutely. But I watched these.
Ones where you're like, you were making The Hitcher, and it's do.
What's the one? A Stranger Calls? Is that Platinum Dooms too?
Oh, sure.
Oh, When a Stranger Calls? The calls coming from inside the house?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Anyway. Okay.
I'm surprised the Fog remake wasn't Platinum Dunes, because that came out around the same time.
I haven't seen the prequel. Yeah.
Yeah. But I did watch these in release order, starting with the first one, of course. So let me give you, since I sent you guys my ranking, let me tell you my ranking, and we can talk about if we agree or disagree. Because I watched, I listened to your guys' episode talking about
I will own
this.
up to, even still, I admitted on the episode, and still since then, I have not seen all of them. Yeah.
Right.
Well, my ranking is this. So obviously, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, number 1. Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 is second. Then I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre The Beginning, so the prequel to the remake, is my third favorite.
Okay.
Which is the the fourth best one. Yeah. Well, I think it's not to correct you, but I think it's Arlie Ermy. You kept saying Emery in the other episode.
I've been mispronouncing that wrong.
I think the R is in the wrong name.
I think that's Mike. Yeah.
Or he's been on the History Channel.
Emery.
Sorry, I got it wrong.
Is that the one where
it's the drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket, of course.
But it's like there's like a murder and something, and then at the end they're like, actually, that kid was Leatherface the whole time, or whatever. Is that
No,
one?
That's Leatherface, the prequel, probably, which I'll talk about. But
this one has Jordana Brewster.
Yeah.
But what's the plot of it?
So let me just tell you my ranking, and then I'll get into each of them.
Okay.
But Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, then the Texas Chainsaw Massacre The Beginning, then Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003 version, the remake.
Mm-hmm.
So the remake and its prequel are 3 and 4 to me. But my hot take, one of my potential hot takes, I like the prequel better than the remake.
Fair.
Then 5, I have Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022, the newest one. Then at 6, I have the Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, aka Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Next Generation. It's called both of those things, apparently. Like, it's listed a lot as the Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but then the movie poster says Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. So I'm not sure which one's the real title.
Right, on Letterboxd it's the Return. Yeah, weird.
Yeah, but in the actual movie, then it says like The Next Generation. Anyways, that's the Matthew McConaughey one.
Mm-hmm.
Then at 7, I have Leatherface. This might be a potential disagreement where it's not my least favorite of these. And you guys really seem to not like it on that episode. Then I have Texas Chainsaw 3D. So again, I like the prequel more than the Alexander Daddario Texas Chainsaw 3D. And then in last place, I have Texas Chainsaw. I have Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. My least favorite. That's the Viggo Mortensen one.
Viggo Mortensen.
Do your thing, cuz you have as second to last.
Yes.
That's
a terrible movie.
You're wrong.
That's one of the greatest lines in cinema history, though.
Do your
you gotta
thing,
put respect on it. Do your thing.
The thing
Todd.
is, like, after the first like 4 of these, I think all these movies are pretty bad. So it's like, yes, I have Leatherface third worst, but it's still pretty bad. It's just they're all pretty bad at a certain point.
I'd say so. So to compare my list here, pretty similar to the top 4. It's just I have 3 and 4 flipped. I like the remake more than the beginning
to the remake.
That might have something to do with Jessica Biel. I'm not sure, but I ranked it
Jessica
high.
Biel.
And
I'll
it's
tell
the
you
same
what,
cinematographer as the original movie, so it looks great.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like both of those movies. Like, those are the best except for the first 2.
Obviously.
I definitely agree with that. I kind of like the prequel more because I thought the core group of like teens or whatever were more interesting. They had those 2 brothers. It was about Vietnam. Like, the one didn't want to enlist to Vietnam. And I thought that was a really interesting angle. So I like that. I like Jordana Brewster and everything. So I thought I kind of like these teens more than the teens in the first one. The 2003
outside of Jessica Biel, her boyfriend and whatever, they were insufferable. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Eric, whatever is.
These are the characters: Chop Top,
Yes.
Leatherface,
Eric Balfour,
Daddy Warbucks.
love Chop
Sawyer.
Top, Drayton
Yeah.
Sawyer, love Drayton Sawyer. So the first 4, I kind of consider those all in a shared universe where Leatherface keeps going to new Sawyer relatives and living. Like, that's my headcanon. Is like, after the second one, Drayton and Chop Top get killed, so Leatherface just goes to live with
Goes
some
to another
other
neighbor.
Sawyer cousins with Viggo Mortensen, and then after that one, he goes to live with Matthew McConaughey.
Okay. He just keeps moving.
That's how I
into
rationalize it.
cousins.
Yeah,
Makes
you have the hitchhiker in the first one, you have Chop Top in the second one. Actually, canonically, Chop Top and the hitchhiker are brothers. I don't know if you know that.
Or the
Ah,
same
okay, yeah.
person. Yeah.
No, they're not the same person. They're because they
I always thought they
mention
were, but they're brothers.
Nubbins. Nubbins Sawyer is the hitchhiker's name, and they talk about him in part 2. So
Okay.
there you go. Fun fact.
So, had you seen 2 before doing this watch through?
No, and that
So
was
what are your
definitely
thoughts as the only
biggest,
Toby Hooper one besides the original? It's tonally completely different, and that was
Yes.
like the most interesting
That
one to
movie-
look at, I think.
That one was such a surprise for me because I had no idea what it was going to be like, and it was just so completely different from the first one, but in an amazing way.
It's like a Gremlins 1 to Gremlins 2 kind of thing.
Yeah,
We're just
yeah.
going to be
The only
really
way to
weird.
describe it, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I was like, man, Toby Hooper, I did not see this in you. Like, none of his other movies are like this, really. Like, it's completely different, and it's fascinating. You have Dennis Hopper running around. I love that he has like 2 little mini chainsaws that are like in case his
He's
big
a
one.
relative of the victims from the first movie, and he's like,
Yeah, he's
wants
like their
revenge.
uncle.
Yeah.
He's their uncle or
Happens to be
something. He's a Texas sheriff.
Ranger. But Jacob, you're right. When he's using a big chainsaw as a sword on another big chainsaw, and then just gets out a little one to be like, and here's my little back.
he's got a little baby.
You need a
chainsaw.
parrying chainsaw. It's
a
Right.
dagger. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And this, of course, you have Chop Top. Love him. You know, my plate. You've got Leatherface in this
request.
one.
Yeah.
Is
the
super
record
horny
store,
for that radio DJ.
Yeah.
The saw
cook-off.
is his
I love
penis.
all of that.
Do you get that? The saw is
dick.
his
Do you
penis.
get it?
He's more transgender too. Like, there's
Yeah,
more
well, that-
makeup. There's
In the
more.
fourth one, he's like basically wearing drag.
Yeah.
In the one with Matthew McConaughey. In this one, he's like wearing like a nice suit, and he also he does this like hip shake when
His
he waves
dance.
the chainsaw above him, which I really like. He's just having fun with it, and then he doesn't want
Yeah.
to kill radio DJ lady because she's so attractive to him.
He's so hot.
So that's a lot of fun. Yeah, I love that one.
It's an interesting universe. Even the first Texas Chainsaw had elements where it's like Leatherface will put on different faces for different occasions. Like at dinner, he's got the woman's face, but then when he's hunting him down, he has the so there's always been kind of hints of that, and then other times they'll push it in different directions.
So one is iconic, obviously really good, and I just love how authentic it feels. And I said this in my Letterboxd review too, which I recommend anyone who wants to go check out my Letterboxd reviews. I'm perpetually 2 weeks behind on Letterboxd, but I'm catching up. So you can see all my thoughts on these movies. But I feel like this one is like a proto found footage movie, the first one, because it's like found footage didn't exist then, obviously, as a concept. But it's got that ching sound effect, of course, and then just John Larroquette narrating, this is a real story or whatever. And then it just feels so real and gritty that it's like
incredible.
almost like a
Like that
documentary crew
house-
is just following these group of teens.
Like,
Yeah.
they had real bones and shit in there. People were like throwing up because it smelled so bad. Like, it looks like it's uncomfortable because it was when they were
Yeah.
shooting it. Yeah.
And very minimalist on the gore too. Like that's what people don't realize. Like it
less
does a
gory than
lot
you
with a
would
little.
think.
Yeah.
To counter what Colin would say, you would expect, oh, they're so gory, maybe I'm not going to like it. There's not
Right.
as much gore, especially in the early ones, as you would expect. It subverts
Yeah.
that. So,
So three, my least favorite. I thought this was just really bad and boring and uninspired. And Viggo Mortensen, it's cool that he's in the movie, but other than that, it's like very forgettable. And Ken Foree,
Foree's
of course.
Yes,
Yeah.
there we go. That's my second lowest. My lowest is Leatherface. It's not your lowest.
Right.
And I put 3D at 7 just because Do Your Thing Cuz. But they're all at the bottom.
And
they're all pretty bad.
Yeah, those are my bottom 3 too. But like this one, you talked about it in that episode. You didn't like that it was shot in California, and you can tell it's not Texas. I also don't like that a lot of it's shot in the woods at night, and it's like impossible to see anything for a lot of the movie. I'm like, what's even happening?
Too dark to see
Well,
shit.
am I
is in
wrong
my
that
notes here.
Yeah.
Isn't the Netflix one shot in like Romania or something like that?
Yes.
Right?
I think on that episode you said Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
Somewhere in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's
reminds
more
me of, like-
convincingly Texas than California was.
Yeah. It's like that movie, The Power of the Dog, which is a Western, but it was shot in Australia. And I could really tell that it wasn't shot in the American West, and it looks like it's shot in Australia.
Yeah. You got to do that in Italy. That's the best comp for the American West. Is
Right.
Italy.
The spaghetti Western.
Well, I'm glad
so
you
3,
watched all these,
bad.
though. Yeah.
Yeah. 4, I kind of agree with you guys. Like this one is just completely insane in a fun way. Sort of like 2, not as good as 2, obviously, but it's just Matthew McConaughey really going for it, being
Renee
insane.
Zellweger.
Renee Zellweger's a great like final girl scream queen in this. But other than those 2, I thought the acting was really bad. Like of all the other actors, other than those 2 that were like basically became big stars. And this was after. Do you remember? This is after Dazed and Confused. So Dazed and Confused came out like I think they shot it before Dazed and Confused, and then Dazed and Confused came out. They're like, oh, this Matthew McConaughey, he's like a big star now, and that's why they released it or whatever.
I
But that one, so insane. Yeah, he has a robot leg. You've got you've got drag Leatherface, and do you remember? There's like a secret Illuminati sex cult that's like behind it. They're like, you don't understand. We're terrorizing people for this like cult of like rich guys. And there's this guy that comes with a limo, and then he like reveals his chest, and he's got like weird pierced nipples and stuff. Do you remember any of that?
Frighteners, Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah. I was saying like this is the curse of Michael Myers to compare it to the Halloween franchise. Yeah.
Yeah, they went
where
crazy.
It's just like completely insane.
I have my notes from that episode. It just says Illuminati ? Yeah.
At one point, they're like the girlfriend, like Matthew McConaughey's girlfriend or whatever, is like, you don't understand. Like we're doing this. Like they call him on the phone. They tell him we're going to terrorize random people. It doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense. I'm like, what are you talking about?
No.
It's insane. Yeah, he has a robot leg. He crushes someone's head with it. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and he's sort of they had to add like a new Sawyer in everyone that's not Leatherface. So you have Viggo, you have Matthew McConaughey, Chop Top. Anyways,
a lot of stories.
You get the remakes 2003 in the beginning. Arlie Ermy. And I realized why I like, my hot take that I like the Rob Zombie Halloween movies. And they're 2 of the best Halloween sequels in my opinion. I realized like it's because Rob Zombie should have been making Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, not Halloween movies.
He should have been, yeah.
Yeah, like that's his aesthetic, and like that's what these remakes are to me. They're very Rob Zombie.
If you watch any Rob Zombie movie, I might have said this on that episode. Every Rob Zombie movie, every character is just doing the dinner scene from Texas Chainsaw 1. Like they're all that gross. That's his aesthetic, is that dinner scene. Yeah.
Even I think the guy that plays Chop Top becomes like one of the house.
Bill Moseley's in a ton of his stuff.
Yeah. House of a Thousand Corpses. Like he becomes like he's one of the main characters in that.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, he's in a ton of those for sure.
Yeah. So you have those 2.
Cancer now.
R.I.P. Then you have those 2 came out. Then what was next? Texas Chainsaw 3D. Didn't love this one.
You don't love it.
I know Colin likes this
abide
one.
it.
Yeah.
I like
Alexander
two things
Daddario.
about this one. Oh, you said her name. Never mind.
Yes. I like. She seems to have in her contract that her midriff has to be bare at all times because she just wears this like hoodie that just comes halfway down, you know, her midriff, and so
Have I told you guys I'm a lawyer now?
Colin wrote that into the
I've
contract.
been fighting for those rights.
No, look, I'm not
Mhm.
complaining. I liked Alexander Dario. The time period. Think about this. It makes no sense at all.
Zero.
It takes place in current day 2012 when the movie was made.
Mm-hmm.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre happened in 1973.
Mhm.
This movie starts with a prequel where you see Alexander Dario's character as a baby in the aftermath of the Texas Chainsaw events.
Right.
They end up, there's mob justice. They burn the whole house down. Also, who are all these other Sawyers that popped up in the house? They weren't in the first movie. Where did all those guys come from?
They're a couple tracks down. They all used to work at the meat factory, you know. Yeah.
Well,
What I did like is
what he
one of
got
those.
up to.
One of the older Sawyers in the beginning of that movie is Gunnar Hansen, who played Leatherface in the first one.
Yeah.
So that's a fun thing there. But yeah, this Alexander Dario would be 40 years old if time was
She's
real.
like 22 or something in this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, she's in her early 20s.
Yeah.
So yeah, very distracting to me, that whole time thing. And yeah, I just didn't like the let's make Leatherface sympathetic in this movie. Didn't really work for me. It's like you're talking about a guy that butchers people to be eaten by his family.
Well,
The
to be fair,
Frankenstein's
his family bullies him
monster.
into it. Yeah.
Yeah. But still, at the end of the
He
movie,
shouldn't be
Alexander
a
Daddario is
he
like,
shouldn't be
I
a
guess
good
we're
guy.
cool. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
he murdered all her friends. Like, are you forgetting that just happened? And now you're like, do your thing, cuz.
That's why it's great, because it's so stupid. Right. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, logically.
Yeah, but she inherits a house from her grandmother, obviously. That grandmother is the mom in Leatherface. So talking about the prequel, which is a prequel to that movie, Leatherface, which takes place in the 50s. Now, you guys said this movie was terrible. I don't totally agree with that because I actually didn't hate this movie. I just think it's not a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. Like if it was a standalone movie about some like escaped mental asylum patients, like I think it would be not a bad movie.
I remember finding it kind of interesting.
Not
it's
as
just
a Texas Chainsaw movie, though. I
no,
see.
that's
Like,
the problem. It doesn't work. It
Yeah.
doesn't work as an origin story for Leatherface. It doesn't make any sense. Like that arc is not earned at all. And that's not, to me, that's not Leatherface's backstory.
He gets like he gets his face dynamited at the end. What the hell happens?
I think he gets
Does he get
shot.
brain damage?
So I don't think he gets brain damage. He just kind of realizes, oh, this is his legacy of his family. He has to become this for his family or whatever. And his mom talks him into it. But remember, there's the nurse that escapes with him that he's like, they have like a romantic thing.
Right.
Like he's just a normal guy who talks and stuff
And
as
then
a teenager.
decides, now I'm going to be Leatherface.
I'm going to be, yeah. So that makes no, like if you just cut out the ending of this movie, I don't think it would be a terrible movie. And I was reading like the directors were like inspired by like Days of Heaven and like, ran like stuff like that where it's like they're shooting these cornfields or like wheat fields in Texas and stuff. It's all looks great and stuff. But it doesn't work as an origin story at all. And if you remember, there's the policeman who's like out to get the Sawyers, who's played by Stephen Dorff. And that's connected because he's the descendants of him, Hartman, become the bad guys of Texas Chainsaw 3D, who are trying to kill all the Sawyers, basically. Because basically it twisted in, they're like, oh, you don't understand, like the small town sheriff and like they ganged up and killed all the Sawyers. So actually they're the bad guys. But it's like, you mean they killed that family of murderous cannibals? Like I'm supposed to feel bad about that?
Yeah, no.
That's very funny.
The community. Yeah, we needed that. It was a
So
net loss on chili quality, though.
Yeah. So I like Leatherface a little more than Texas Chainsaw, but they're both pretty bad. But I guess my hot take is I like both the prequels better than the movies they're prequeling.
I guess it's almost like there's tiers. There's A tier, B tier, C tier. A tier is the original 2, B tier is the remake and the prequel to the remake. C tier is McConaughey and Vigo maybe, and then you have just F tier, which is anything that's not those.
I feel like it. Yeah, I put, and then the last one, Texas Chainsaw
On 2022
Massacre,
is
I put
kind
that
of
slightly above McConaughey. It's not. I have mixed feelings about this one because I appreciate some of the stuff it was trying to do, and I like. So obviously, there's this movie that came out in 2018 called Halloween, directed by David Gordon Green. That this movie is trying very hard to emulate. I feel like, and it's also very current day. It's like gentrification, influencers, school shootings. Like you don't understand, like all these things. So I like that it's attempting to be about something, but it doesn't work. It's in execution. It doesn't work that well for me. And then I also don't like that they made Leatherface into like a superhuman Michael Myers ripoff, where
like an
he's
entity now.
yeah, like that's not Leatherface to me. And like the first thing he does in this movie is snaps a guy's arm in half with his bare hands. And I'm like, Leatherface doesn't do that. Leatherface is just a guy with a chainsaw. He doesn't have supernatural strength. Like he uses a chainsaw to cut people up. He's not Michael Myers. So obviously they were very inspired by the David Gordon Green movies, as a lot of horror franchises were at the time.
Right. He uses a hammer.
But so mixed feelings on that one. Bad execution, some good ideas with bad execution. Didn't love it, but it's better than some of these other sequels
that are like pretty big misses. Yeah, I hear you there.
Yeah,
but I'm glad you got through it.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I watched them all. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I was listening to your guys' episode, got your thoughts and everything. But I think we have pretty much mostly agreement on them.
Where did
There's only a
it
couple-
leave you? Is this one of your guys now? Do you like the Chainsaw movies?
I like that there's a franchise about how everyone that lives in Texas is like a freak, and yeah, I'm talking to you.
How is
people
there
that live in
not just a
Texas.
fucking horror franchise called Florida Man?
Yo, come on, you're
There
right.
should be. Yeah.
Let's
Ohio
launch
Man.
it. Let's start the Florida Man series.
You know how
Yeah.
Ohio was a meme for a while? It's like of a place that you don't want to be. We should just make some Ohio movies.
Ohio
horror
Man.
movies. Yeah.
We got the Melonheads. We got some local urban legends in Ohio. We could spin off into something.
Right. But that's
But yeah.
Texas Chainsaw. I don't like it as much as Halloween. I'll say that. Like on a movie to movie basis, I think Halloween clears it. Maybe not Friday the 13th.
I think Friday the 13th might honestly clear
yeah,
it
it might
too.
clear it. Yeah.
Like, to be fair,
You're probably right.
and I like this franchise a lot, but I think there's maybe only
Yeah.
4 actually good ones.
I think, yeah, stick with the main 2. The 4th one, yeah, skip the 3rd one. I agree with that. Watch the remakes, and then
Remake and the
you could probably
prequel
just
remake.
stop there. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you want to get real weird, then go for it. But
Yeah.
yeah, the first 2 though, man, the second one, the opening scene of them just prowling the highway, going crazy, like it's just so different. It's just so different to the first one.
Yeah.
So anyway, I love them both. Yeah, dog, great
I'm
list.
trying to think. Yeah, that's Texas Chainsaw, and that's my list.
Well, let's
Spooktober.
let's go ahead and wrap this up. The Spooktober. I think we've got a lot of great entries here, and we'll. I'm getting scared of actually some of these, so let's do it. Let's hop on over there. And we just rev up this
Absolutely.
smaller chainsaw. It's actually the knife to cut turkeys.
Who wants a chainsaw duel with me?
Yeah.
Put those sunglasses on, son. We are getting ready to close that witchy book of witchcraft as we're wrapping things up here on Spooktober 2025. We just read our list. Jacob, great list.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw.
I'm trying to remember
what a
that
franchise.
what's the electric knife for carving a turkey? What do they call that thing? Is it just an electric knife?
Carver knife, but
Yeah, but I like
carver
in Texas
knife.
Chainsaw too. We get the biggest chainsaw, the average chainsaw, all the way down to the
Yeah.
electric carving saw. They got
You
all
talked
the
about
electric
that in
knives.
the earlier episode that you guys did. He pulled out like a Dremel. He like Dremels a guy.
That's right. It's
right?
a Dremel. Yeah, they got it all. They got it all.
I like in the second. I'm wondering in the second one if Dennis Hopper, like, they just let him loose on set and they didn't even give him a script. They're like, just go for it, man. Like you're Dennis Hopper.
Dennis hopped up
Yeah.
on all the kinds of shit. Yeah. No, he had a lot of fun in that one.
What a madman. That guy was a madman, Dennis Hopper.
But a great double feature of something very serious and something very silly, but they're both effective in what they're
Yeah,
do,
completely
man.
different in tone, completely different in looks, where like 2 is so much more colorful and vibrant and very 80s looking, where the first one is very 70s and like gritty and authentic. So definitely a good double feature. Yeah, if you watch those back to back, you'd have a good time, I think.
You get a kind of a palate cleanser after the first one. You just feel so gross, and then you just
Yeah.
kind of laugh a little bit. It's a great combo.
Right.
But you see
I
that
like how-
all over, and like the way their Funhouse and that whole stuff. Like that's Rob Zombie, dude. Like House of a Thousand
Yeah.
Corpses, like Devil's Rejects, like that kind of
For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
For
dusty,
sure.
dirty. He should have made Halloween.
But,
Should have done Texas.
I like how Drayton Sawyer is like a small businessman now. He's just complaining about taxes and stuff and how hard it is to run a business with the
Oh,
government.
the barbecue joint.
We got the sweetest meats here.
Well, the first
Yeah.
one was kind of about the disenfranchisement of the rural American with post-Vietnam of like, my business is going
Yeah.
under. So like those themes were there, and then to do it in kind of a camp mode, it's like, damn, Toby, you're going wacky right now. Like, oh, the meat factory
Absolutely.
shut down. We don't have a job, and we're upset with the pace of the world changing around us.
Problem is they changed the killing method. We used to just hit him with a big hammer, and now they made it like
Now you use
a
this
mechanical.
gun.
But we liked when it was just the big hammer.
We like the hammer. Come on, Grandpa, hit her. Oh my
Grandpa
God.
used to hammer them so well.
Oh yeah. Well, go back and listen to that episode, Normies, if you want even more
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw.
Well,
But
last thing I would
I'm really
say-
glad you liked it.
I like that the grandpa is like in all the first four, he just gets progressively like older and more like corpse looking. Like he's just sitting in that chair, and they just like feed him blood or something.
Yeah, and then you get that Nothing But Trouble is like a comedy spin-off with Dan Aykroyd about this kind of backwoods thing anyway.
I've never seen that.
It's fun. Yeah, I recommend it. Nothing But Trouble.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's got a Tupac in it, right?
Yeah, I cannot remember what was the name of that early group he has, but yes, they do.
It's the Humpty
perform.
Hump. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Humpty
But
Hump.
anyway, it's a fascinating movie. But we've had some
Sure.
fascinating lists. I'm going to look up that group name real quick.
Thank you.
As we...
Absolutely.
We
Any
did.
thoughts of what you're gonna watch for the rest of the week?
Oh
or-
yes. So
Halloween?
here's my additions. I'm picking up From Beyond.
You should
Digital
watch.
Underground, by the way.
I would watch Reanimator first because
Yeah.
I liked it more than From Beyond. You might get turned off by From
I'm going to
Beyond.
bold... I'm going to bold Reanimator. That's one of mine.
I want it because it sounds weirder and dumber. I need something weird and dumb sometimes.
More body horror, so you might not like it if that's not your thing.
That's true though.
All right, I'm bolding a couple of these things. Okay, I think I got the remaining 5 I think I need, plus or minus. I'm looking at Life Force, Reanimator, Slither, The Descent, and Bring Her Back. I think that's where I'm going to go.
Hey,
Um,
definitely.
Life
Yeah,
Force-
Descent, great choice.
yeah, I was thinking about this because there was a VHS tape that my dad had. I never watched it, but it was called The Wrestling Women versus the Aztec Mummy, right? And like the Life Force could have had a title like that, like nude
Yes.
space vampires from another planet, and they just did
Yeah,
Life
pretty
Force
much.
instead. They should have done the Aztec.
That's what it
Wrestling
should have
Mummy
been.
Women.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it should have been called.
I'm going to watch that actually next year. I'm going to recommend that to us.
I'll be
Wrestling
interested
Women
for your
versus-
thoughts on Life Force because yeah, it is a weird movie and it is kind of weirdly slowly paced for a lot of it. So I wonder if you'll connect with it or not. But yeah, the naked space vampires.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
get a
watch
little more
Jeepers
hoops.
Creepers. I'm probably gonna watch Ernest Scared Stupid.
Yes.
Ew. Yeah.
Here's the day of, I'm gonna be handing stuff out. Supposedly we get a ton of people in my neighborhood. I'm gonna be dressed
Okay.
up with my mom and I sitting on our stoop with her little dog. I have
Are you
my
gonna do a
aunt
Norman
who's in
Bates?
town.
A
I'm
man's
going
best friend is his
to
mother.
have her sit in a little rocking chair, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, now you got some candy from me, little boy. But come on, get some candy from mother too. You gotta make sure you go right up to her,
That's
reach in
right.
that bowl. They'll be like, no, we're fine. We're good. It's like, oh, you gonna say that from my mother? She just wants to say hi to you. You go up, you give her a little kiss. Like, well,
He's got sandwiches and
Yeah.
milk.
you're that guy we've seen walking around with the heart sunglasses and the short shorts mowing your lawn. So no, we're gonna be walking past this
We're
house.
skipping this. No, that's always
Yeah.
fun. That one time in my apartment, the kids will come through, but I didn't have any candy, but I had ramen noodles. I'm like, this is what I got. Enjoy your
Oh,
shin
yeah.
ramen.
That's great. I usually don't get trick or treaters in my experience in past years. Like I've gotten candy before thinking they might come and then they don't seem to. So I don't know.
Well, I'll be at a Halloween party on the day of, so no trick or treat for me that day. But you know,
What
Trick or
was your
treat's not
favorite-
always on Halloween though. Sometimes it's a different day.
right?
know
True.
Yeah.
What was your favorite thing to get?
I like you get those big candy bars. Like if you get people get like the big size ones and hand those out. That was always my favorite house, of course.
I guess I would be stoked on the little boxes of Nerds and like Reese's Cups.
Nerds.
I like Reese's Cups a lot. So little Nerds, Reese's Cups, little Twixes. That's kind of my
You're a
thing.
Nerds guy. Huh?
See,
Yeah.
I'm with Mike on the Nerds because to me it was the exotic. It was the stuff I wouldn't buy myself, where I'd be like,
Really?
what the fuck is $100,000? And then I'd be eating it and I'd be like, actually, I really like this.
Right. Well, getting the Nerds, that was like childhood cocaine. You just shoot that little box and like you can run around the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Just eat those.
Shooting
shit.
a
Nerds
box
rope.
of
Nerds
the
rope's
double
good.
side. I don't do the ropes. Joe does the ropes even to this
No.
day. I don't do
Yeah.
that. But getting a box where it's like watermelon, where it's like red and green, and you're just like, yeah, oh yeah, man.
Let's go.
I tend to go more chocolate based over more like
Yeah.
gummy or just like sugar based, like Nerds, or just like clumps of sugar or something.
Right.
I like Snickers. I like Three Musketeers, all the classics.
Mm-mm.
Twix. I like a good Twix.
I love a
Kit
Twix.
Kat bars.
Kit
yeah.
Kat's great. Yep. Kit Kat Mini.
You'd get a
Chocolate is
weird
my
Milky
bias.
Way. A house would give you like a dark chocolate Milky Way, and you'd be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, okay.
I actually like
What
the
a-
dark chocolate Milky Ways as well.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
get pennies? Remember getting pennies?
Pennies.
Yeah, and my mom is handing
Just
out
give me
pretzels
change.
this year, which I want
Pretzels.
to be like,
Those
you
kids aren't
kind-
gonna like
you
that.
kind of blew it. I got Reese's cups and like the ones that are shaped like pumpkins. So
Oh, that's
I
cool.
feel good about that. So
The worst is if you ever had a neighbor or anyone that was a dentist. Like my neighbor was a dentist and would give out toothbrushes instead of candy. He'd be
No.
like, "Here you go, toothbrush and floss," and we'd be like, "What the fuck is this? What am I gonna do
we'll
with
be
this?
seeing
Brush
you
my teeth?"
later.
Yeah, we're
The
gonna
little
get the TP
carton
and the eggs. We're
eggs,
coming
my
back,
man,
man.
Yeah.
You guys ever do that?
Prices, the tariffs ain't working now, sure, but back in the day.
Yeah,
Right.
post COVID, I can't afford to toilet paper your house or agu.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
Yeah.
I'm not
normally
trying to-
I would.
I'm not trying to like save my teeth. I'm trying to destroy my teeth with
Yeah.
sugar, you old fool.
You
Yeah.
old fool.
You old fool. Oh man, the redetonator. What about
all
candy
right,
corn?
you
Where do you
old
land
fools.
on candy corn? The ultimate.
I
debate.
love candy corn.
Mm.
My mom hates it.
I'm
I
not a
love
big candy corn person either.
I don't love or
Again,
hate it.
just
I'm
the sugar-based candies. Yeah, Nerds are fine, but like, yeah, give me a chocolate bar or something
Just
over.
tastes like
Pixie
a drop
stick?
of honey.
You don't snort a pixie stick real
I
quick?
love the pixie
It's
stick.
mainlining pixie
And
stick.
I have 100% snorted a pixie stick.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
And
I
say,
shouldn't have.
yeah,
Smarties,
No.
crush up some Smarties.
It'll be the end of me, but
That's
I
why I'm
have
so
done it.
smart, because I eat a lot of Smarties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hope listeners have a good Halloween. Let us know what you watched. I think spooky season. We still got another couple days, and then it's nothing but advertisements for Black Friday. So enjoy the
That's
spookies while
right.
you can.
Enjoy it while you can. Yeah, again, I'm gonna watch Nosferatu later this week. I'm gonna watch Bring Her Back.
I'll put Jeepers on.
And yeah, shout out, yeah, The Descent. I would definitely recommend that one. That's a classic of the 2000s if you haven't seen
Yeah,
it
that's
yet.
bolded.
We want to hear it
Yeah.
all. We want you to hit us up at Normies_like_us to share your list. Did you do 31 days of Halloween? Did you enjoy your Spooktober? Did you go out? Did you trick or treat? Did you dress up? Tell us all that. But Jacob, give us a taste in coming into November, because we're going to do
Yeah.
some stuff coming up. And then we return to our long form, which we took a little break from in October.
That's
what,
right.
what episodes do we have coming up?
Yeah, so next week we're going to be wrapping up a show that actually finished a couple weeks ago, but because of the Spooktober and everything, we're behind on it. So we're going to be talking Peacemaker season 2 in its entirety. James Gunn, shout out Slither.
Cena.
And then later in November we've got Predator Badlands coming out soon. We loved Prey, obviously, on this podcast. 3 thumbs up for Prey. So we're going to be checking out Predator Badlands. And yeah, at the end of the month, we've got Princess Mononoke as our return to Miyazaki,
Wow.
our long form.
I
Mhm.
missed
then-
him. It's been a minute.
I missed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be a
Surprisingly,
good
he
one to
hasn't
jump
done
back
a
into.
horror movie. Go
Right.
figure. Maybe the closest thing to it is Mononoke. There's some horrific imagery to a degree.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
And then we'll be in December and we'll do some other stuff. So stay tuned for all that. Got some good episodes coming up. And hope you're all enjoying your spooky season, and happy Halloween to everybody.
Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes.
Happy Halloween.
I love
We've
that
been
shirt.
So happy to be your host.
Thank you.
I love both the shirts my hosts are wearing. Yeah, and like we said, we hope you check us out. Check us out on YouTube as well. And happy spooky season. It's our favorite time of year. It comes and goes so fast. These are our favorite episodes. We hope they were some of your favorites as well.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Yep.
We're your hosts. This is Cursed Colin.
Michael Warren, I'm conjuring up a cupcake to eat after this episode's done.
And this is Leather Jacob.
Oh, Leather Jake.
That's my chainsaw.
Mike ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Dog. That's right. I'm gonna get my guitar, banish some demons, and be a wife guy. That's what I want to do. All right. Well, y'all take it easy. Don't
eat too much
touch any of
candy.
these cursed objects. Don't eat too much candy. Be smart. Be safe. Carry on. And we'll catch you next time.
Cuz.
Do your thing,
Do your thing, cuz.
Absolutely. Do
Wow.
your thing, cuz. Bye.
I love it. Bye.
Happy Halloween.
That's right. Happy Halloween.